What we do here is go back.
Again. And hopefully we are live. Looks like we might be. Good evening, Mike here, Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. It is Saturday the 9th of August 2025. I had to check there, no idea what the date is. Apparently the Perseid meteor shower is at its peak at the 12th. That's one thing I do remember. Our daughter told us that. She loves looking at the sky. Anyway, hopefully it's working loud and clear. We're all working. Excellent, excellent. Good evening, everybody, from a somewhat sunny but windy Bristol. Hopefully you're all having a fantastic weekend, no matter where you are. And I should say special thanks as well to our good friend in the chat, David Underhill, who is still in the very early hours of the morning over in cold, wintry Australia. Your dedication is yeah, unbelievable.
He even does it for Slim. Boy. What's his name? Is it Slim Boy?
Slim Boy? I'm not sure. Anyway, Rick says audio seems a bit peaky. Is it peaky? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it might be a little bit on the loud side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's turn that down a little bit. If I can remember which button it is. I think it's that one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better? Are we good? Just a little. Let me know if that's okay. Hopefully it's all good. Rick's got headphones on. Okay, so have a look, make sure the overhead camera's working. Yeah, that seems reasonably okay. And stream desktop, yep, that appears to be working as well. Excellent stuff.
What we do here is go back.
Everything appears to be working. Fantastic. Glad you've Harry says it's good. I just turned my sound down. All good this end. Excellent stuff. Aletta says I haven't seen the stars in months. Too many mosquitoes at night. We don't really get too many of those. We get things in the sky which possibly aren't clouds, if you know what that means. Excellent stuff. Sorry, a bit of indigestion. We've literally just finished eating our tea.
Bloody lovely.
It was bloody lovely. Pork chops, roast potatoes, beans from the garden, and carrots with lots of gravy. Very good. Basically a Sunday dinner, but it's Saturday, so pork loin, is it?
Well, it was just the medallion of pork.
Yeah, just the medallion of pork. It is quite nice.
I cut the fat off and we stole it from the cat's meat.
Been a very busy day today here at the Mike's Unboxing HQ. Did a short earlier, which I promised to do for our good friends over at Thermal Take, so that'll be coming out very shortly.
YouTube's graded Nick Barnes' message for the 3rd time.
Nick Barnes getting greyed out? That's strange.
Not always, but...
Don't know why it should be, because you are a blue spanner person, so you should be okay.
But only if YouTube says it's okay.
Yes.
Your social credit's very low.
Anyway. Yeah, so been a busy old week, busy old weekend as well. It seems like it just goes by in a blink, it really does. But we've got some slightly interesting things to look at least interesting from my point of view. If you find it interesting as well, great. If not,
get a good night's sleep.
You'll get a good night's sleep. Yeah, you just doze off on the sofa, it's fine. Just leave the video playing, just make sure you press the like button before you kind of start going off. Maybe even drop a super chat or buy some memberships. Get that done before you fall asleep. That's always a good idea. Otherwise you wake up in the early hours of the morning like, oh, stream's finished, what happened there? Also, don't forget as well, while you're at it, there is a poll running currently, which begs the question to you, dear viewer, do you have any Wi-Fi 7 devices? Now there's 4 possible answers, so it's not exactly a challenging thing. So you've got options of yes, if you have a Wi-Fi 7 device. You might even have a Wi-Fi 7 device but don't even know it. So if you're not sure, just put getting one soon, or I don't know. If you don't have one, obviously click no. If you're getting one soon, go for that. Or if you're basically not interested in Wi-Fi 7, let us know what you think. There are going to be a lot of people like myself who basically thinks to myself, well, actually Wi-Fi 7, why do I need it? I've got Wi-Fi 6, I've got Wi-Fi 6E, why do I need Wi-Fi 7? So that is one of the questions which we'll be taking a look at in tonight's stream. And actually it's got some pretty good benefits, even though originally when Wi-Fi 7 came out, it was ridiculously expensive. Now, a lot of that is down to the technology behind Wi-Fi 7, which still technically, as far as I'm aware, hasn't been fully ratified as a standard. So it's very much like the early days of, I think it was when Wi-Fi G was out. And there was a couple of different versions of it, possibly. Might even been one before that, I'm not too sure. I think there was like an F and a G. I'm not too sure. Someone who's into it more, let us know in the comments section, which was the one of the two Wi-Fi standards which was kind of never quite ratified correctly, and there was opposing standards. It was a while back. I'm thinking it was around about 2007, maybe a little bit before that. Anyway, regardless, if you're in the UK, you probably don't use Wi-Fi a great deal anyway, if you can possibly help it, because like other countries in the world, we have buildings which are made of solid stone, brick, cement and plaster, and all of these are not particularly good for radio waves. Now, if you're lucky enough to have a home which is constructed predominantly from timber, then you're probably going to have a great experience with Wi-Fi, as the Wi-Fi signal can pass a lot easier through wood, timber, that kind of construction, than it can through a solid brick wall, for obvious reasons. It's a more dense thing. So yeah, people in the UK generally, if they can, they'll go with a wired connection. They'll use Wi-Fi if they have no choice, or it is just more convenient to do so. In America, I'm pretty sure, any of our American viewers, if you want to chip in, most American people, again, probably due to the size of their houses in general, being significantly larger than those in other countries because of the amount of real estate and land you've actually got there. Possibly the same in Australia as well, because it's a ginormous country, lots of room to spread out into. But yeah, bigger houses, sometimes a bit more difficult to run cabling through, so Wi-Fi, and again due to timber construction, makes life a little bit easier, and it's just people tend to do it. It's there, it's the thing. So let us know what your thoughts are on that. And actually I'd be interested to see who has the oldest Wi-Fi router in the chat. And if you're watching this as the video on demand later on, let us know in the comment section, how old is your router? And actually, better still, let us know, do you use your ISP's router, or do you put your ISP's router into modem mode and buy a separate device, such as one of these add-on devices which will work with either cable or fiber or whatever? Let us know. Actually very interested to hear. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that just don't really care. They just get their Virgin Media or Sky or Telstar or whoever it is, their ISP connection box, plug it in, and that's it. They're done. They're happy with it, and they continue with that for many, many years. But I'm sure there's going to be other people that either live in unusual shaped houses, or just want something a little bit better, or want something which you can have a little bit more control of, and you opt for something like this. Now, this video isn't sponsored or affiliated or anything like that with TP-Link, just to get that clear and out of the way. These haven't been sent to us. They have been bought by Mike's Unboxing from Amazon here in the UK, and I've got to say they were a fantastic bargain at the moment. Now the links, hopefully Kath's put them in the video description. I haven't. I will stick my hand up and say that. We did get the links earlier on and we were talking about it, but I'm not sure if she actually put them in.
I did do it. Did I save it yet?
At the moment, these here in the UK on Amazon are $69.99, which for a Wi-Fi 7 router, I think is spectacular value for money. If you think back only a few years ago, you would just get a bargain basement kind of Belkin router, and it was generally about 40 quid, and this was like 10 years ago. So yes, it's nearly double the price, but the specification is far, far superior than those routers of older days.
Or something on
AliExpress, yeah, on AliExpress, if you don't mind going with a Chinese firmware, or Chinese firmware, as it said in the what's it called, the description, Yeah, if you don't mind taking a bit of a punt, bit of a gamble, you can get these on AliExpress for about 45 quid. So potentially, if you might want to dabble, then potentially you might be interested in these. So it's a very interesting product, and it's surprising how many features this actually has, and things which, although at the moment you might think to yourself, well, I don't need Wi-Fi 7, but some of the extra features in here for home networking, for things like VPNs, and also for just sorting out those slight dead spots in your home, this might be right up your street. And also it's very, very easy to expand it. Now, it doesn't state on there that it is actually a mesh system, but it can be very easily meshed thanks to the Wi-Fi Alliance's Easy Mesh standard, which has actually been incorporated by a lot of other brands, including TP-Link. So you've got Asus, Acer, basically you can go from A to Z. There's a lot of new devices on the market which are supporting the Easy Mesh feature. So you don't necessarily have to have all of your eggs in one retail basket. So if you want to maybe have a TP-Link in one room, an Asus in another, a Zycel in another, a Tenda, whatever it may be. There's lots of different possibilities for making up a home mesh network very, very easily. Yes, Kath?
James Skursky says, how is the Chinese firmware? See better.
How is the Chinese firmware? I honestly don't know.
We didn't get those.
We didn't get those. I might take a punt and get one and order one to actually expand this system to see what it's like. I'm pretty sure the Chinese firmware can be flashed to a kind of a US or UK or kind of universal or global version, but I'm not entirely sure. I would need to look into that a little bit further. But as far as I know, the Chinese firmware might be slightly locked down to potentially certain bands or frequencies, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. I'll be completely honest with you. If you want to find out more about that, I would strongly suggest click on the link in the video description, go to the AliExpress page and have a read through. There's quite a lot of information there, so feel free to go through and digest that. Like I said, I might later on after the stream, or maybe even later on in this stream, I might take a look at the instructions and the details there and see what the deal is. Because potentially I may need 3 of these. Now, I've actually bought 2, as you can see. This one's open, this one is still in the cellophane.
Says thanks.
The reason being is we have an unusual shaped house. At least it's not square. Our house is more sort of oblong. So it's relatively narrow and it goes back quite a long way. So it's probably about, I don't know, 60 foot from front to back possibly. So we've got the kitchen and our son's bedroom above that. In the middle we've got the dining area or the studio, plus our daughter's bedroom, and then behind us we've got the front room, the main entrance to the house, and above that is our bedroom. So all of them are like kind of
and our bathrooms
whatever wide.
Kitchen area.
It's just quite a long thing. And also our garden's about 60 foot as well. So if you want to get Wi-Fi reception at the very end of the garden, having a router basically at the primary location where the signal comes into the house, where they dig up the street, getting the signal from the very front to the very back is very difficult to do, especially again because we have brick and mortar essentially. So the signal struggles to pass through it, and also the location, the placement of the devices isn't ideal because it's kind of stuck behind a TV. So that blocks it. It's in an alcove as well, so the stone blocks it, etc, etc. Lots of reasons why we need more than one access point, but potentially you live in a similar home or similar setup, or maybe you're on a multi-platform, so you have multi-levels, so maybe you need a downstairs one, a middle floor, and maybe an upstairs or loft space, that sort of thing. So potentially devices like this can be very useful in that particular kind of setup. Every setup is going to be pretty different. Yeah, I digress. Jay Gordon says it's showing $89.99 on Amazon for me.
Mark Gaines says £76 in Argos.
It should be $59.99. Did you put the right link in? I'm sure it was $59.99 yesterday. I'm gonna have a look now on my Amazon shopping cart because I only bought it yesterday. I can't imagine the price would have changed that drastically straight away, but maybe it has. Let's click on the link of the item and price wise. Yeah, unbelievably, it's gone back up to $89.99. Wow. That changed quick. I'm glad I bought two when I did.
Link, yeah.
It does, yeah, because I'm going on the same one that I bought it from. So yeah, I will. I'm not sure if I can show it on here or not, but yeah, it is actually showing there as $89.99 in stock. Literally yesterday, I'm trying to see if I can find view order, see if I can show it without showing personal details. Principal order summary. Let's have a look. What can I see on there?
Mike's in from Ultimate Tech.
Hey Mike.
Not seen him for a while. Sunning it up, I expect.
So there, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but there is the purchase yesterday, $69.99. So yeah, it's gone up. It's funny enough, I looked at this about maybe 2 months ago, and at the same time there was a deal on, and I thought, oh yeah, that's interesting. Then I went back to look at it and the price had changed. So potentially you might be wanting to keep an eye on this if you are interested, which you may not be. But certainly for us here, there's multiple reasons why I need one of these. Well, not need, but I wanted one of these. Firstly, it's Wi-Fi 7, so we've got backwards compatibility with 6E, 6 and 5, 5E, whatever it was. All the other standards, even things like older IoT devices, cameras, smart switches, all that kind of stuff. So it works with that. You've got potentially 3 networks as well. So you've got a guest network, you've got a separate IoT network, you've also got your main 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks, which are kind of bound together. You can separate them if you want to. It also supports MLO, which is basically putting the 2.4 and the 5 together. So if maybe your phone or your PC or your laptop, whatever, it wants to connect at 5 gigahertz. That's what it's going to try and do. If for some reason the signal goes a little bit under, it will automatically switch to 2.4. And also, in the best case scenario, it will combine the two to get you faster speeds. So it's actually really good, especially again, if you are in the UK or you're in a brick house or just in an area where the signal is potentially obstructed. So most devices, if you're on 5 gigahertz, it will be fine. All of a sudden, it will start lagging out because the signal's gone. So it will automatically try and use the 2.4 seamlessly. You won't even know it's doing it. So that is great. You don't have to manually say, right, I want 2.4 gigahertz because I need the strength of the signal, but I don't mind it being slower. You don't have to connect to 5 because you want the speed, but you're a little bit hesitant about the connectivity. It will basically combine the 2 bands together, so you get the best of both worlds, which is awesome.
Old Bob says we're still on empty tin cans and string here.
Hey, if tin cans and string work, go for it. Hey Mike, thanks for joining us. Yes, 69 is a bargain, definitely. It was. Even 89, I think, is still a very good price. Similar ones to this are 130, 140 pounds, so it's a good price. Hey Jordan, first time here. Nice of you to join us, thank you. Where are we? Andy Archer says John Lewis and Argos have it listed at $79.99. So if you like shopping at John Lewis, good returns policies and all that kind of stuff, excellent choice there. Argos, there's basically Argos stores pretty much everywhere in the UK, so that is awesome. Rasher says in memory of Ugly Bob, 69. Very good. Wayne Taylor brings up an important conversation there. So he says, yikes, no 6 gigahertz. Yes, there is a very good reason for that. Mostly here in the UK, the 6 gigahertz band still hasn't been officially licensed to be used for Wi-Fi. They're still going through the process, and it may not ever get the go-ahead for 6 gigahertz. So in America, I know you can use 6 gigahertz, it's absolutely fine, but in the UK, it does appear that there is some restriction. I think it's something to do with it's used by certain emergency services, possibly. So they don't want it using that bandwidth. I could be wrong, but there is something in the UK which is using 6 gigahertz already, and they don't want the extra bandwidth on it. So that is why this is a little bit cheaper, because it doesn't have a 6 gigahertz radio, but it still supports pretty much all the features that Wi-Fi 7 can do. Again, such as the multi-link operation, or MLO, which is great. We like that a lot. Ultimate Tech Hub says cheap Wi-Fi 7 for all. definitely. Rick A says Jeff Bezos' wife needs more jewellery. Yeah, a couple of million sells of these and you should be alright. There's also some other reasons why I've got this as well. I'm currently using a Netgear setup. Now, I was lucky enough to get that from, I think it was Kev2427 on our Discord. I might be wrong there. It was one of the Kevins. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Kev. So yeah, I've got the a Netgear setup at the moment, which is the old RBS 50 and RBR50, which is like the receivers and the base station, whatever, or satellites and base station. So I've got 3 of those currently. Now they're great. Unfortunately though, as of about 6 months ago, they've actually discontinued them and stopped making firmware for them. So there's not going to be any security updates for them, which I'm a little bit concerned about. And also, they only have 1 gig Ethernet, which, being that a lot of the stuff in our house now is running 2.5 gigahertz, 2.5 gigahertz, no, gigabit, sorry. I did want 2.5 gigabit to be something which, if I was going to replace the routers, that is something which I would need. So my kind of list of things was, they need to mesh, they need to be cheap, they need to be Wi-Fi 7, and they need to be 2.5 gigabit. Wow, I'm struggling with that tonight. Those were the kind of the key things I wanted to do. And this unit actually does everything that I wanted to, and also a little bit more. Yes, Kath?
Well, Bob says, thanks for the email reply the other day.
No worries.
Sorry?
Yeah, go on.
I've changed the list a wee bit and I decided to back to water cooling and trying the hard loop, tube loop.
Ooh.
And Jordan, can you answer that one and stick your finger on?
Yeah, will do. There we go. Jordan says, Jordan's new here. Thanks for joining us. And he says, a quick technical question if you don't mind. As you know, I'm putting together a new rig soon, but I'll need to get Windows for it. What's the best place to buy these days? That's easy. I can put a link in the chat. So premiumcdkeys.com/Mike's Unboxing. You can use discount code Mike's Unboxing to get a further discount on the already ridiculous prices. If you buy Windows 10 Professional, you can use that to activate Windows 11 Professional, and it will be somewhere in the region of about £2.80 after the discount. Normally it's about £3.50, I think, but you should get it for about under £3, let's say. So that is definitely somewhere to be looking. Wayne Taylor says, I thought 6 gigahertz was banned for outdoor use, indoor legal, anyhow legal in Australia. Yeah, Australia, the US, and I think Saudi Arabia possibly. I did have a very brief read of it a while back, and there's a few countries around the world which are absolutely fine with it. So as such, the Wi-Fi 7 standard isn't fully ratified yet, as far as I'm aware. So it's like most things, it's kind of, we're developing the technology faster than the legal people and the governments can keep up with it, which doesn't take a lot. Yes, Kath?
Dutch Jan says image lags behind chat.
Does it? 1 2 1 2. Is it lagging? Kath's going to put hers on a minute. I did have a very brief read of it a while back, and there's a few countries around the world.
Yeah.
There is, right. Okay, in that case, bear me a moment. I will kill the stream very briefly, and then we will be back. Right, we'll see if that comes back. I've just put it back on. Hopefully we are good. It says excellent connection. We'll see. 1 2 1 2. Hopefully it's okay. No lag here. There was no audio lag. It seems weird. Yeah, Kath was getting on her computer a little bit.
Only slight, but
we'll see. Paul Lamont says, Ofcom says it should be harmonised with the European regulation, expected to be finalised in 2027. So we've got a few years yet before it gets completely ratified, and no doubt by then there will probably be Wi-Fi 8. More than likely. Also, actually, something which I should say as well. Now, there's going to be a lot of people, myself included actually, who would be looking at TP-Link. They have had somewhat of a, let's say they've been somewhat notorious for their previous ownership and some of the vulnerabilities, let's say, and also their links to the Chinese government. Now, TP-Link, this section, at least the networking section, as far as I know, I'm not sure the exact date, but it was actually split from the main company and is now owned by, well, it's basically in Singapore. So it is now a Singapore company. And actually, I wonder if it says where it's made on the box. That would be interesting. TP-Link UK. No, it says Germany. Doesn't say where it's actually made on here though. I guess it will do somewhere. Model number, French. No, normally it will say it might say it on the actual route. Let's have a look on the router actually and see where, if it does say where it's made. Not that it makes a difference really where it's made, but for some people, if you are concerned about having a device which may be from the CCP, then this is not a problem. They are, as far as I know, wholly owned now by a company in Singapore. Basically TP-Link Singapore. Let's see what it says. I might need my... It looks like China, but I'm going to get my magnifying glass because it is in super small text. Actually, I'll give it to Kath and she'll read it. That bottom corner.
China.
Can you see that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
It's white writing, isn't it?
Yeah. Made in China. So it says, yeah.
You have to get your magnifier. You didn't believe me.
TP-Link Corporation, PTE Limited. Number 7 something, can't read that.
Do you need to read it?
Temasek Boulevard, something, Suntec, Tower 1, Singapore. So yeah, TP-Link are basically in Singapore.
You can't read it because it was not.
I couldn't read the writing. I couldn't read the language. So you got 4 antennas on here. It's very exciting. I am very excited to use this. Not that I dislike the current Netgear setup, but I was looking at a similar specification Netgear version of this for 3 units, or maybe even 2, and it was going to be the best part of £600. And as much as I like it, and I like technology, and I want to keep up with the latest technology to some extent, £600 for 3 routers seems a little bit over the top. Yeah, that is a bit much. David Owner says, in May 2024, TP-Link announced the completion of the corporate restructuring with secondary headquarters in the United States and Singapore. There you go. So, potentially you could buy these in America and not upset Mr. Trump. I don't think they're made in... They might actually be made in America as well. You never know.
TP-Link routers are headquartered in California, probably made in Singapore.
There you go. Awesome. O'Reilly says it should say where it's made. It should, and it did, but unfortunately my eyes couldn't see it. It's in really small writing. Actually, before we go too far in as well, I should say already, I've rudely forgotten to do it. Thank you very much to Mark Gaines for the super chat. Early doors, £20. Thanking you very much.
Wait. He's got to have his lights.
Got to have the lights on. Hang on a sec. There you go.
Lights in it, maybe.
Have some RGB goodness. So thank you very much for that, Mark. It says, hello, Mike Kath and everyone in the chat. How you doing, Mark?
So rude, weren't we?
Yeah, that's terrible. I normally do that pretty sharpish. And I think there was another one as well, wasn't there? Was that before?
Mr. H.
That seems to not be there now. I can't see it. Rick H also sent in a super chat as well, but I cannot see it. Am I in live chat? Yes, I am.
Maybe it's because you put the thing on
chat
after it came in.
I don't know where it is. Anyway, Rick sent a donation as well, so thank you very much, Rick. I don't know why it's not appearing on my screen now. Very strange. Actually, a load of my chat's missing as well. Mark Gaines says, can you wall mount that router? Yes. On the back, there is the wall mount option, which actually is something which I'm considering because one of these will be going into our son's room, which is at the back of the house. And this will be covering the kind of the back end of this room, the kitchen, his room, and our camera devices out in the garden, and also for us when we're in the garden for our phones, etc. So yeah, that will be going on the wall.
Yes. And
so yes.
It says the units on AliExpress are a different design.
They do,
3 aerials, haven't they?
5 I think they've got on the AliExpress one. 3 on the back and 2 on the sides possibly, or just 5 on the back. So it's actually quite a nice looking router. I was quite surprised. There's loads of holes in it as well for ventilation, which is really good. We should go through and do an entire unboxing actually and go through the process. But we'll see. Where do we get? Ultimate Tech Hub says MLO combines the 6 GHz as well. Yeah, if you're lucky enough to have a router which actually has the 6 GHz as well, if you pay the extra, then you can get it as well. I would love to know how good the 6 GHz is. It's really difficult to get hold of a 6 GHz router actually in the UK. Maybe if there's anybody watching and you know of one model specifically, which I can maybe buy from AliExpress or something, which has it might be worth looking at. But yeah, it seems to me that these are getting much, much cheaper. And basically what kind of kickstarted this was actually ages ago, and I mean ages ago, Andy Archer, God bless him, actually sent us in this for a review, which is a BE3600 Wi-Fi 7 adapter. And this is actually really cool. So this is on a USB stick, as you can see, and it's basically got fold-out antenna, which I've got to try and remember how this works now. I'm pretty sure it goes from the back there, or does it? I'm sure it does. Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, those bits come out. So these sections fold out, so that gives you your external antenna, which you don't have to do that, but you can do. And it's also got a WPS button, Wi-Fi protected setup, so you can use that. So yeah, that is part of the reason why I've spent all this money on these routers, because I want to test this to see how good this is. Now, as far as I can tell, these, or ones very similar to it, you can get on AliExpress again for somewhere in the region of about £20-ish, sometimes a little bit more than that, sometimes a little bit less. Also, these are driver free, so the driver is actually built into the stick as well. So if you're one of those people where you kind of set up a lot of PCs and maybe you haven't got access because the motherboard chipset drivers aren't installed or whatever, you can actually use one of these and it will install its own driver, so you'll have access to your Wi-Fi to download the drivers for everything else. So these are very cool. I like that a lot. So we will be doing a full review on that and seeing what the test like. As far as I'm aware, because this is a BE3600, this is actually multi-band. Yeah, so this does the 6 GHz, 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz. So I'm not going to be able to test the 6 GHz band, obviously, but I will do what I can with the other available bands. So thank you very much, Andy, for that. Much appreciated. I'm not sure if he's in the chat, actually. Did I see him in there earlier? Yes, he is there.
Mark Gaines says, damn advert keeps popping up and covers the chat, but I think it's this one up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, one at the top.
There. I've pushed it up now, but it means to be able to see my chat, I can't really see most of the video because I only have that much chat box left because of that poll and that advert.
Sorry, my fault.
No, it's not your fault. It's just YouTube, isn't it? Why have they got to keep messing?
So just reading through the chat here a minute. Make sure I haven't missed anything. If I have, just put it in again. Rick says, question, is it 2.5 gigabit LAN on all the ports or just one? Tell you what, let's go through and we'll take a look at the unit in a little bit more depth for those of you that are interested. I honestly, I know it's really sad, but things like this actually do really excite me in a strange way, because PC tech is generally pretty meh at the moment. It's got really expensive. They're kind of pricing us out of the GPU market. They're starting to price us out of the motherboard market. It's all a little bit... So what is one of the upgrades you can do which actually doesn't cost a fortune but actually does make a real world difference? Now for a lot of people it's going to be their internet connection, because most of the time the thing limiting your PC or slowing it down is the time it takes to load a web page, or the time to access a server, or the time to upload a file, or the time to download the synchronization data from your favorite game servers. So it's that kind of stuff which can make a tangible difference to your desktop PC and also your laptop experience, or even your mobile experience for that matter. Yes, Kath?
Jay Gordon says, if you still have the Asus X870-P.
Yes, I do.
It also has Wi-Fi 7.
It does. You're absolutely right. Yes, that has Wi-Fi 7. Unfortunately, my Asus X870P was sent with the wrong antenna. So it hasn't got the Wi-Fi 7 antenna. It's got those special Asus push fit connectors. I don't think they're reverse SMA like they are on some other boards. It's a different setup. So yeah, I'm a little bit screwed for that. I might have to see if I can get one on AliExpress. But yes, that was something which I had considered. There's another super chat. Thank you very much. From Rasher, €20, much appreciated. Thank you, sir. It says, what do you call a nun in a wheelchair? Virgin Mobile. For some of you who don't know, Virgin Mobile is a telephone network here in the United Kingdom and possibly over in other countries as well. I think they have expanded into other regions, but very good. Thank you, Rasher. Much appreciated. Jason Wood says, how are you, Kath?
I was in the middle of answering.
All right, she's answering.
Ouch. My hair stuck to my something.
Matthew Day says there are so many makes with a BE3600, Tender and Huawei 2. Yeah, and actually that's the beauty of it as well, because like I said, this does support the easy mesh system. You can mesh it with other units from Huawei, from Tender, from yeah, basically anyone who's in the Wi-Fi 7 Easy Mesh Alliance, which there's actually quite a long list and it is growing. It's quite a newish standard, so potentially some of the older devices may not support it. But with the TP-Link, if you actually want to add in other TP-Link devices, which
Wi-Fi 7,
yeah, which don't support Easy Mesh, the older standard, which is one mesh, which is supported on a load of TP-Link units. So if you've already got a TP-Link router or modem and you want to add this to it, then there's a strong chance that you'll be able to easy mesh it with it. I love mesh systems. I hate having individual routers and individual IPs and having to manage them separately, etc. So within the TP-Link application, if you've got items meshed, even though they're technically not a mesh, but they are on easy mesh, you can still access them from the interface and still make modifications, changes, update firmware, that kind of stuff, which is absolutely brilliant.
Ali says Virgin was better when it was cable and wireless.
It was.
It's that TeleWest days.
That's before. Cable and... Actually, cable... Which came first?
Because I was cable iNet.
It was cable... It was TeleWest to begin with, wasn't it? Or was it?
Ever since we had it, it was always TeleWest.
Yeah, TeleWest. Then
United Artists.
United Artists, that was it. United Artists. Well done.
And then TeleWest.
Oh, Bob says, I love sausage and mash. Great with fried onions.
I love fried onions.
NTL. Yes. In the UK, NTL was a different company altogether. And when Virgin Media took over like various different fibre providers, that was one of the ones it went into. So yeah, we had Blue Yonder, Virgin Media, TeleWest, Cable iNet, NTL, they all kind of rolled into the one. Super chat from Jason Woods. Thank you very much, Jason Woods, for your £2 donation.
Mike, don't look at my things. I'm
much appreciated.
Got an inch of chat to see it.
Sorry. Thank you, Jason, for your £2. Much appreciated. It says party, party, party. Tough Enough says Blue Yonder. Yes, I've still got a Blue Yonder email address. Cap has as well.
I used to have cable iNet. They got rid of it.
Virgin ruined the lot. Yeah, they didn't do it. Yes.
Nick Barnes. That's why I'm not
Nick
on.
Barnes. Question: is mesh 6 GHz different to 6 GHz for Wi-Fi 7? Or have I modeled it up? No. The 6 GHz for yes, it's a little bit confusing. So some mesh systems, even if they don't officially support 6 GHz for Wi-Fi 7, they will use Wi-Fi 6 internally to link the nodes together. So that is a little, I think some of them have done that as a means of kind of making a universal unit, so to speak. So it does 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz. So then what they do is for the UK market, they'll disable the 6 gigahertz for Wi-Fi, but actually use it as an internal communications device between the individual nodes, if that makes sense. A bit like when AMD used to chop off one of the CPU cores so they could sell it as a triple core when really it's a quad core. That sort of thing, kind of. There is another super chat, if my mouse would work. There we go. No, there isn't. Oh, yeah, Jason. There we go. Sorry, Jordan. My apologies, Jordan. Jordan Nanlow. £5 there. Says, just want to say thank you for being so welcome to this community. It's nice to find someone as enthusiastic about tech in Bristol. Yeah, Jordan's actually in Bristol as well, and I've been having some discussions with Jordan
Get attacked by Dave.
I'm not sure whether he would... Jordan, are you... Get your tail out of the way. See, I told you I had cats. Yeah, Jordan...
That's Dave.
Let us know in the chat if I'm okay to discuss what we were discussing earlier and your personal circumstances, if that's okay. Jordan says you can share. Excellent. Right, yeah. So Matthew Day actually triggered this off. Matthew, it's your fault. Matthew Day was in one of the PC groups on Facebook, and Jordan's actually looking for someone to assemble a PC. So he's ordered a load of high-end parts. Also wants to take some of the parts out of his existing PC and put into his partner's PC, and yeah, basically all that kind of stuff. Now, Jordan has, what was it? Oh God, was it multiple sclerosis? No, cerebral palsy. Sorry, I should remember these things. I'm a bad person. Yeah, Jordan has cerebral palsy, so obviously that is going to be a little bit problematic in some instances, especially for the fine motor skills, especially like putting a CPU in a socket. Hey, even kind of
David does like that.
Me on a good day trying to put a CPU in a socket is nerve-wracking, even more so when it's on camera, so I completely understand. So yeah, Jordan is relatively local to where we are, like 8 miles away, I guess, along those lines. And so we're trying to work out how to get around this. Normally, what I suggest to people, especially if they're local, is if you want anything done to your PC, I'll do it for you free of charge, as long as I can record it to make a video. That way we can obviously make some income from the time that we're invested into it. Now, in this particular instance, obviously because of personal circumstances, etc., it's possibly not quite as easy to get around and move things around, which totally expected. So yeah, we're trying to suss out at the moment whether I go to his or whether he brings things to me. Ideally he wants it all done in a day, and it's actually quite a high-end system, so the recording of the video potentially might not go as I would want it to, because it's quite a long task. There's some really high-end parts in there, 5090, top of the range motherboard, top of the range CPU, all that kind of stuff, plus a fresh installation of Windows, etc, etc. So yeah, it's an absolutely bonkers PC. So yeah, it's not a quick build, and the configuration has also got some stuff from Asus, Corsair, so there's going to be the IQ setup, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's not a simple one. So yeah, I'm trying to work out what is the way to do it. We'll get there one way or the other, but thank you, Matthew Day, for mentioning me. That's very kind of you, and thanks to Jordan as well for kind of sort of entrusting me kind of already, of saying, yeah, if you can do it, that would be great. It would be interesting to do. It's I might end up just doing it and just not recording it and just having some fun time building a PC with someone like-minded. So, but we'll see what happens. It's potentially going to be Monday afternoon, possibly Tuesday. So I know I've got some things I've got to do on Tuesday. So it's trying to work out the timings on stuff, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see. Yes, Kath.
Jack Wolf at 9 PM.
Jack Wolf at 9 PM. What did Jack Wolf
say?
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Jack Wolf, does the BE3600 have the WISP operation mode? I just got one and I cannot find if it supports it or not. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what WISP actually is. That is a new one on me. Can anyone in the chat elaborate on that to save me Googling it, which no doubt I'll probably end up doing anyway. Let's have a look. WISP. I don't know what that is. WISP.
What is it, Dave?
WISP mode.
Hello, Otis.
Wireless Internet Service Provider mode is a router operating mode that allows a router to connect to an existing wireless internet service provider's network as a client. I honestly don't know. I haven't seen it mentioned anywhere, and any of the existing reviews that I've seen have not mentioned it at all. So let's see. TP-Link BE230. Right, there's something on the TP-Link community. So for the Archer BE230, which is this, it's basically they go under two names. So it's the BE3600, but it's also the BE230. Say hello, Otis. Is that Otis?
Yeah.
Hey, Otis. I'll get here. Right. Getting so terrified. He's like, oh my god, Baldy's hitting me again. Baldy's hitting me. Baldy's touching me again. No, I shouldn't say touching. That's wrong. What was I doing? Oh yeah.
Yes, Fatty D.
So it would appear that someone's put a report into the TP-Link team requesting WISP support for
doing that now, Dave?
one firmware version to see if they've actually done it.
Hey,
Yeah. Looks like a few people have asked it. It looks like they've reported back. That was in March of this year. Just, right, no, it appears this model doesn't. Or at least it doesn't at the moment. Let's have a look. Wi-Fi standard. Wispy. So that's TR069, isn't it, I think? No. Honestly, I do not know. That is something I'd have to look into. Sorry, I couldn't answer your question.
904, David John Sullivan.
904, John David Sullivan. Is that like Starlink? I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it probably is actually, isn't it? WASP, is that Starlink? Wayne Taylor says, yeah, wireless internet service provider. Yeah, honestly, I didn't realise that was actually a thing. So, yeah, I would guess Starlink might be able to do that. I don't know. Or maybe if you're if you're a student, maybe your campus might have something like that, which you could subscribe to. Honestly, I'm not sure. This is the first time I'm hearing of that, so I honestly don't know.
905, Charles Ballard.
905, Charles Ballard. Wait, is that another new keyboard since last week? No, this is the same one. This is my Keychron K3 Max. The little dinky one. I love this because it's nice and portable. And actually something I found out today, this is actually really cool. You can check the battery level and it's got a really cool animation. So if I press function and B, see the lights along there? I'm not sure if that's showing on camera. It's probably not. Let me show you this. This is so cool. It's sad how I get excited by things like this. So it shows you, so up to 0 is like 100%, so 90%, 80%, 70%, etc. So yeah, function and B, it basically just goes up the meter, it shows you what it is, and goes green to say, yep, battery's okay. You can't see that, can you? Can they see that?
Yeah.
Let's do it again, because I just love doing it. Sorry, I'm very sad.
Ads popped up and I missed what you said, Mike, sorry.
Alright. Anyway, so that's how you test the battery on your K3 Max. I do love Keychron keyboards. They are excellent. Also, shameless plug, if you want to buy a Keychron keyboard, especially from Keychron in the UK, there is actually a affiliated link in the chat, and also there's a discount code Mike's Unboxing, so if you want to buy anything you get a discount as well. And also it helps out the channel, and you get a fantastic keyboard, so if you want to, you're more than welcome to. Sorry, Kath, what was that last one? Oh, they saw it. Cool. Dan Mar says that is cool. It is cool, isn't it? I love that. I reckon it's brilliant.
907, Mark Gaines.
907, Mark Gaines. Then we're up straight for now. Mark Gaines, would anyone be interested in a Trix AIO? I don't know, actually. What are Trix AIOs? I've heard of Trix as the brand.
Is it disco?
Trix. Oh, it's the ones with the panoramic screens, isn't it? I think. Do they do a non-panoramic? Or are they all... I guess they're all panoramic, aren't they? Jesus, they're expensive. Mind you, it's got a screen on it, so yeah, it's going to be. Wow. That is really cool. But that's a...
Kicks.
Strix for kicks, yeah. That is, yeah, that's pretty mad. Well, if anyone's interested, hit up Mark Gaines. Well, that, yeah, that's nuts. I know Thermaltake have got one coming out soon. I'm not sure what the price is though. I do like these things. I do think it's nice that they're trying to do these things, but it is so unnecessary. Like the Trix Panorama 360 AIO ARGB version in black at the moment is 350 quid from CCL Computers. Now if you think about it, if you don't necessarily need the screen and you just want a half decent AIO, you can pick up the Thermalright Aqua Elite V3 for like 45 quid. You could almost buy 8 of them for that money. That is insane, isn't it? I love the technology and the flexible screen and that, but wow, that's a lot. Some people don't spend that on an entire PC. Jeez. Oh, man. John Davison says, everyone is doing that now. I know. It does seem that way, doesn't it? Rasher says, do you have a key illuminated keyboard? I don't understand. What do you mean by a key illuminated keyboard? You'd have to explain that one to me, Rasher. I think my brain's just given up. It's been a long day. Dutch Jan says the Thermaltake MagFlow 360 Ultra, €219. That is I'm actually dreading it when Thermaltake, if they ever do, if they ask me or just send me one of those to review, because it's gonna be like, I can't like, if someone's gonna give you a cooler like that, you'd be like, okay, yeah, fine, that's great, but I don't know how you can actually recommend it. It's very, very cool, but yeah, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Mind you, if you're a baller and you got the money, then hell, why not? I still struggle justifying spending loads of money on computer stuff when something else will kind of almost suffice. But yeah, I don't know. Fireframe says, Mike, will US tariffs affect you in the UK? Probably not as much as it does in the US. I think the US are suffering, or will suffer more so than we will. Mark Gaines says there is a picture of it on the Discord when I built my new system. I do recall seeing that actually. Rasha says, sorry Mike, that was supposed to be for a letter. No worries. Yeah, US tariffs really only affect Americans. I don't think it really affects us a great deal. It probably does somewhere along the line. This chair is really broken. I need to replace it again. Anyway, back to where we were. So the TP-Link router, so size-wise and profile-wise, actually quite nice and slim. Loads of holes in it for ventilation, so to keep it nice and cool. Wall mounting options on the back, rubber feet as well to keep it secure and also to stop it from damaging your wallpaper if you are going to be wall mounting it or for whatever surface you're going onto. 4 antennae, I don't know. They are rotatable in various different directions as well, so fully posable should you wish to. Flatten right down as well, so for compactness, is that even a word? On the front you've got some really nice LEDs, so you've got one for power, you've got one for 2.4 gigahertz, one for 5 gigahertz, one for internet, one for LAN connectivity, one for USB connectivity, and one with a padlock on, which means it's kind of locked out. There is like a lock on it that you can do. On the back is some very cool stuff. And actually, let me get it in front of the camera so you can actually see it rather than me just talking about it. So on the back of the unit, which hopefully you're just able to see.
Jason Woods asked a question.
I will come round to that in a second, Jason. So you've got an LED button. So if you press the LED button, it turns off the LEDs. So if you've got this in a bedroom, you don't have to be blinded by the LEDs in the middle of the night. You've got the WPS button, so Wi-Fi protected setup or wireless protected setup. You've also got the, what's that one next to it? Is that a Wi-Fi? Yeah, you can disable the Wi-Fi by pressing the Wi-Fi button. And also you've got your factory reset little switch there. Next to that, you've got your Ethernet ports. So this is the real cool part. So your incoming internet, 2.5 gigahertz. Sorry, 2.5 gigabit. God, I'm struggling with that tonight. And also your primary LAN port is also 2.5 gigabit. So if you wanted to just do 2.5 gigabit only, you could then connect that up to maybe a cheap hub, 5-port hub, 8-port hub, and just use that for your high-speed devices. You've also got another 3 LAN ports there. Those are just gigabit ones. So if you maybe got this near your TV or your Skybox or whatever, you can just plug those in if you're not going to be necessarily using 2.5 gigabit. It would have been nice to have all the ports 2.5 gigabit, but I think for the money, I think it's a pretty wise choice. You also got USB 3.0, so that can act as something like a bit of a NAS or a file server. So you can plug in a USB drive on there. You can send and receive files from it, which is awesome. Physical power button to turn it on and off, and also you've got your power input jack. And just to show you the LEDs on the front, so there are your status LEDs, so you got a full idea of what's going on. That's something which I didn't like about my Netgear Orbis. They basically got an LED on the front which changes colour, but doesn't really give you a great deal of extra information, whereas these individual LEDs for each individual function, which is yeah, pretty cool. Nearly fell over the chair.
Take that off, please.
Getting rid of it now.
Excellent. And Jason Woods at 9:12.
Jason Woods at 9:12. Where are we? Mike, I got an Ryzen 5 3600 with 32 gigs of memory and a 5500 XT going for free. Would you like it? Yeah, I'd never turn down a freebie. Hey, never look a gift horse in the mouth. I feel bad taking things off people, but hey, if you don't want it, I'll make use of it. Get in touch. We'll figure something out. Arnold G says new AMD socket next year. Yeah, not looking forward to that. I don't really want AM6. I find it hard enough to give up AM4, but who knows. John Davis says my cat farted on me, so I had to put him down and wash. Was it wet fart? Oh, this chair is driving me insane.
Shart.
It's sharted. Arnold G says notice LAN 1 is 2.5 gigabit, rest is 1 gigabit. Yeah, so your incoming internet signal on the WAN port, the blue color coded one, is 2.5 gigahertz. Fuck, 2.5 gigabit, and that one there is also 2.5 gigabit. So you got 2 ports. So you got in and you got out, which for me is pretty important because I don't know why there's a lot of routers on the market which just have 2.5 gig in. But it's like, well, that's great, but if you've got a nice fast internet signal, surely you want to get that back out again, both wired and wirelessly. Always seemed like a bit of an overlooked thing. When Synology brought out their first routers, they had 2.5 gigabit input, but only 1 gig output. So it's like, well, why? Especially when they make NASs which use 2.5 gigabit. Not many, to be fair, but anyway, I digress. So yeah, anyway, I think these are excellent, fantastic value for money. And also, I am going to demonstrate to you how... Ooh, there's something I can peel. Wish I hadn't. I'm going to demonstrate to you, hopefully, how easy it is to use the Easy Mesh system. Now this might all go terribly wrong, so this is a live broadcast, as you're probably aware, so anything could happen, but it would appear, if I am correct, which I believe I am, that you can make this into a mesh without doing anything at all other than pressing a button, which I think is very cool. So if you're one of those people that just kind of doesn't want to go into the configuration page, you don't want to do any of that, you just literally want to plug it in, connect it to your internet service and get internet around your house, this potentially can do it for you, which I'm pretty excited about. Although I don't know how to do a factory reset on this, so that might be a problem. Am I going to run out of plug sockets? I think I have already. Right. So I need to do a reset because I have actually been playing with this already very little because it came late last night. So like I said, it's been a very busy couple of days here at Mike's Unboxing. It's nice when it's busy and you're actually being productive. Right, so I'm going to plug that in, and first of all I'm going to press and hold the reset button. I have no idea how this factory reset is supposed to work. I'm assuming you just push the reset button in for a long time until it flashes or does something.
Catches fire.
Yeah, until smoke comes out, I think is probably the best way.
You got 2 questions, do you want to do it? Or
Go on then.
919 Fred and 919 Simon B.
Right, let's have a look at my screen a minute. Let's get you flicked around again. Sorry, what times do you say it was? Sorry?
919, both of them, Fred and Simon B.
Fred and Simon B. Simon B says it's still too expensive compared to Wi-Fi 6. Well, it isn't. It isn't.
Said, I think.
Oh, sorry. No, he says it's still too expensive. I would disagree, because a lot of the Wi-Fi 6 routers, especially if you want the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, which these days with your internet service providers offering more and more speed as it becomes available, like we're on a 1 gig system here, so we could quite easily go with just a 1 gig router, but the next step up the chain is 2 gigabit, which obviously this is already waiting for it, which is fantastic. Now even if we went for 3 gigabit, it would probably still be fine, but if we bought a 1 gigabit router, you're always going to be thinking, well, the next time I update, which potentially could even be next year, because as you renew your service every year, it's always the same thing. They either want you to increase the money, or you say, look, I'm leaving, and they say, well, tell you what, we'll double the speeds for you for the same price. And you're like, okay, I'll stay. That's generally how it works anyway. So as the speeds increase, your router's there ready and working. Now, if you get this at the right price, the £69 that I paid, then I would argue this is probably the same price, if not cheaper, than some other much lesser spec routers. So I would say yes, Wi-Fi 6 potentially could be cheaper, but for the level of features you've got here, and actually one thing which I haven't mentioned yet, which for those people in the UK and potentially those in the US and other countries as well, who are going to be facing this very soon. Now for us for us here in the UK, we've currently got the UK Online Protections Act thing going on, with everyone having to do the Face ID to verify who you are. Now, a lot of people are choosing to use VPNs, which is fine, but that means you have to install a VPN on all your devices, whereas this actually supports VPNs from straight out of the box. It's pre-configured for both Surfshark and, oh god, what was the other one? I forget now, but there's two, begins with the N, I think. What's one of the other ones which is, what's one of the more popular VPNs? Let me know in the chat. Help me out, help a brother out. I can't think what it is. NordVPN, that's it, yeah. I'm pretty sure this one, I think it's Nord anyway. So yeah, this is pre-configured for NordVPN and also the other one that I mentioned, which I've already forgotten. So it's pre-configured, so that's set up in there already. So you just put in your username and password, and then this is going to intercept all the traffic on your network and make it appear as if you're behind that particular form of VPN. It's not Proton, no. I'm sure it's Nord. It has also got OpenVPN support as well. So in the drop-down box, you've got options for manually entering connections or clients. You can actually have it as a server as well. So you can have it as a VPN server, So if you want to access your own home network from elsewhere, you can do it that way. But if you want it to be a VPN client and you want to use a VPN such as Nord, Open VPN, etc., Proton, whatever, you can configure it yourself manually in here, which I think is very cool. And again, especially for people in the UK who are being challenged for their ages, whether they're on Xbox, YouTube, Discord, all those types of things, then potentially this is a good way around it for you and your family if you want to go down that route. So yeah, that would be, and again, another one of those key selling features. So VPN, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7. What was the other things? Oh, cheap and easy to set up. So there's like 5 key things why it's just, yeah, it's just pretty darn cool.
You've got to see if it works first.
Yeah, if it works, that'd be great. So I'm gonna make sure it is factory resetted.
So a lot of the time they seem all good, but when you move from room to room, it's awful.
The moving from room to room is the problematic one for us, or it has been.
Hello, Flame.
Right, looks like it's done the factory reset now. So just press the button in the back. No doubt there will be a Mike's unboxing video on that coming up very shortly. But I think this is going to be a really, really popular router for the, well, for pretty much most markets because it does so much for so little. At least I think, anyway. John Dale says, so you don't need a VPN subscription or you'll still need one. No, you don't need it. If you use OpenVPN, which is free, you can just plug in the details into the TP-Link router. And
Proton's free as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Proton is free as well. And I think the Brave one as well might be. So you can just put the details in here and then all of your devices that are connecting through your Ethernet, or basically just from the system at all, they will all be using the VPN. Now that does add a little bit of latency as well. So it's not like the magic bullet, but potentially for some people it might be that kind of thing which makes a difference. Brave VPN is paid, is it? Oh, cheers, Greg. I didn't know that. Dave Venner says, your routers must be crap. Wi-Fi signals on my Wi-Fi signal works 4 homes up the street. My mate uses the guest account. Wow. I think in the, well, I don't know where your circumstances are, but because in the UK it's quite compact, there's a lot of Wi-Fi signals from, like, I'm the same actually. If I do a quick scan of Wi-Fi here, there's probably going to be a couple of houses from up the road. So, yeah, Pat and Dave next door. There's his named Pat and Dave. TP-Link, which is this one. Virgin Media, which is the one opposite us or next to us. That's all I'm getting in this room. Now this is like basically the center of the building. So of all of the signals, this is possibly going to be the worst possible place in the entire house to get a signal. Other than, weirdly, just outside the kitchen window. There's a dead spot there for some reason. I don't quite understand why. But anyway, hopefully this will prevent that. Anyway, so that is now apparently set up. So we've got all our lights on there. So I'm going to try and set up a mesh. How this works is pretty ingenious. It basically uses the WPS signal, and yeah, you can link together 2 devices, and it should appear as just one. Apparently. What is the best way to name a Wi-Fi? I would always name a Wi-Fi something like stupid, but actually fun at the same time. So call it something like FBI Surveillance Van 3 or something, or like your local police county thing. Just call it something like that. And then people are likely to be either, well, there's going to be some people who are going to try and hack it because they're just dicks, but there will be people that'll be like, oh my god, what's that? And just stay well clear. Or just cool. I'm not sure if this is actually a thing or not. I did see a meme about it, and somebody who uses the password on their computer of being 8 asterisks. So they can't get hacked because when someone tries to hack their account to view their password, it just shows asterisks. So I don't know if that's actually a thing or whether that's just one of those memes, but that sounds like a pretty ingenious solution. Yeah, someone said there, Rasher says call it asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Tough enough.
Tough enough. Connectile dysfunction. Yeah, TV detector van.
There's a local one, so that's called the Whorehouse, isn't there?
There is actually one called the Whorehouse near us, yeah. And there's the Lanator, is it? Or something along those lines. Lannister. Right, so there is my other router. So let's attempt to plug this in without destroying my... you making a drink?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I am parched. Right, just going to swing that out the way and hopefully plug this in. I've actually got a socket left, which is amazing. Right, so... Oh, where'd the cable go? I'll be needing the cable. No, it's not that one because I've already got that one. So, if the theory is correct, I don't know if I have actually got to set this up first of all to do the Wi-Fi pairing thing, but we'll see. So in theory, I just turn this on, wait until the lights go white on the front, which it should do. I'm going to leave the protections on the Wi-Fi antennas here.
On both of them, lost the stream, like in a circle.
Anyone what?
Lost the stream.
I don't know. I think we're alright. We haven't lost any frames yet. Bin Laden isn't here. That's a good one. PC Tech and then the number of your address, says Arnold. Mobile number for Wi-Fi.
You'd have to know your mobile number for that.
Charles Butler says, I looked at my phone and saw that someone has named their router loading. That's pretty good. Yeah, so for someone who said about the WPS, Greg says that. So yeah, if you are going to be using WPS, after the routers have been set up, turn it off. Because WPS is a kind of vulnerability. So yeah, I would certainly suggest turning WPS off after you're done.
Right, come on, Freddy Krueger.
Crime Heat says, question, I know it's a bit off topic, but do you have any recommendations for wired gaming headsets, Mike? My favourite, which has been for a long time, which you can sometimes pick up on offer, has been the MSI GH50. I think they do a new version of it now. But yeah, the MSI GH50 has been great. I've loved using that for, how long have I had it now? I've probably had it 6-7 years. And yeah, it's a great headset. I think they do a new one now, which might be the GH40. I did review one very, very recently, which was really good as well. And that sounds very similar. I was torn between the two. Jason says, I've sent you an email, Mike.
Got it.
No worries. Kath says we've got it.
Just about to reply.
I will check it out. Sorry, just reading Arnold G's. Right, in theory, oh, I'll tell you what, if I actually press the power button in, you'll see it booting up. Actually, let's show you that again. So when you press the power button on for the first time, all the LEDs go up and it does like a self-test thing. So basically you just wait until all the LEDs are on. And then we just press the WPS button on both devices, I think. And it basically does a little jig and the lights start doing crazy stuff and then suddenly you've just got one network. So let's have a look on my phone right now and see what networks are actually visible. So we've got our own one. So currently TP-Link 7E04, which is going to be this one, I believe. Yep, 7E04, so that is that one. So in theory, this is going to appear very shortly as another wireless network, TP-Link wise. Hopefully not 7E04, because that's going to make things very... Actually, I can have a look, can't I? What does it say on the bottom? Oh, that's a completely different number, so that is 582C by the look of it. So when that appears, so yeah, TP-Link 582C. So, as far as I'm aware, you press the WPS button on... Actually, I'm not too sure. We'll see which way it goes round. So if I press it on the WPS button on the one I want to join first of all, so I'll press that for a couple of seconds, and yep, the lock light has come on, and I will now do the same thing on the other one, and that light is on, and hopefully they should start synchronizing soon. And then in theory, this previous network, the 5.8 whatever it was, should disappear and they should all be connected to this one. At least that's the theory. But we'll see. Exciting. I don't know if this is even going to work. It might do. David Winner says, Mike, RTFM. The manual's probably written too small. Matthew Day says, WPS is an 8-digit key validated as a 4-digit and 3-digit with a checksum. Attack the first 4 in 999 passes and the second takes less. Horrifyingly vulnerable unless they're added knock knock protect. There you go. Right, both of those lights are solid now. That's gone off, that's gone on. It's doing things. So we'll see. I'm honestly not sure which way around this is going to go, but we'll find out. Letter says I don't change anything on my router. I have to call the ISP and they do it remotely. It's probably, well, if you're paying for the service, you might as well get them to do stuff. Kitty Link. There's a kitty just in the corner of the shot. Yeah, you're just about popping in. That's Maisie. She's having a clean up. There's Scott. Hi Scott, how you doing? Love the tech term doing things. Right, WPS light is still on currently. I have no idea how long this is supposed to take. Apparently this is the way it's supposed to be done, or maybe I've got to do it from the other unit. But we'll see. I would read the manual, but that takes the fun out of it. Alright, so yeah, it looks like it's done it. I know. It's showing both of them still. Yeah, so I don't know which way it's going. Ah, right. Oh, someone's network keeps on disappearing. Well, in theory this should link up, but it still doesn't seem to be doing it. So whether I've done something wrong, I don't know. I might have to look in the instructions. That's embarrassing. Jason West says I'm off to bed. Good night all. Good night, Jason. Ah, that's flashing faster now, and that one is as well. So maybe it is doing a thing now. That's turned off. That's still flashing. So has it done a thing? Oh, they're both off now. Okay, let's see. So let's turn my Wi-Fi off and turn it back on again and see what appears. I don't know if it is supposed to show as one network name or whether it should show as multiple ones and they just seamlessly link between the two. I know. It seems they've all disappeared now. I've only got one network.
You didn't answer Fred's, did you? Let's put it again.
What was Fred's question?
How the longer the internet cable is,
Yep.
do you lose connection? What internet connection you lose?
To some extent, it depends. The cable length if you're talking about internally for like your Cat5e or Cat6 cables, there are limitations on how long the cable can be before the signal will start degrading. I'm confused now. I'm gonna have to read the thing. Yeah, I think for Cat5 it's something like 100 meters is like the maximum you can do. I would probably say that, yeah, just like 50 meters is probably the longest you want to do without having some sort of repeater. Wayne Taylor says one Wi-Fi name. Okay. So I don't know if that's worked or not. It still looks like it's showing 2. Oh crap. Turned off the Wi-Fi. Oh, go on to the Wi-Fi, you thing. Yeah, weirdly, it's still showing 2. I wonder if that's because it's still in its default mode. Right, I'm going to have to look that up. Actually, tell you what I can do before we do that. Let's just try. I'm going to actually just do a speed test just to see what the speed like is.
Says,
what the speed is like.
Has an app you can easily link with them with.
Yeah, I have actually got the app on my phone with my own details on. And in there you can go in and just click on add router and it adds it for you. But I was hoping you could just do it straight out of the box like that.
Says old school web setup, please.
Old school web setup.
No apps.
No apps. Okay. Let's see if I can. How can I do that on this network? I wonder if I can actually see it from here. Let's try it. So tplinkwifi.net is the web page. And trying to configure a router. Looks like you aren't connected to your TP-Link network. You can use the router's address.
Touchdown says the maximum length of an Ethernet cable, such as Cat5e or Cat6, is 91.5 meters.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because CB says 100 meters. I always thought it was 100 meters. But yeah, I would say 100 meters is probably pushing it.
Check IP in Depot and get your IP scan tool.
The IP address is 192.168.0.1, but my PC is connected to my other network, which is on 192.168.10.1. So it can't piggyback through it, I don't think, because it's on a different subnet. Yeah, I'll have 2 separate network addresses, I think. Let me see if I can connect to it on here. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. If I do it via the mobile, I can do it that way, can't I? So let's have a look at networks. So if I connect to that one there, 104, it's going to ask me for a password, hopefully. It hasn't.
Arnold G.
Arnold G. You have to be Wi-Fi connected to router first to go to IP address as in AP mode, not router mode. Okay, let's have a look. So go to Google, not Google, Safari, and let's open up a new tab. And let's go to http://192.168.0.1. Let's see if that works.
Phil Bridges says,
Yay.
factory reset second router, join it using WPS.
Right, new password. Not now. So
not
my password is going to be 00001111. And we'll do that again. Must contain at least 2 types of the following characters, letters, numbers and symbols. Oh, you absolute ballbag.
B words instead of C words.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, exclamation mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, exclamation mark.
Did you hear me?
No.
That wasn't me, it's Phil Bridges. Factory reset second router, join it using WPS.
Well, I thought that's what I'd done.
Apparently you haven't reset the second router.
And that was fresh out of the packet, so it shouldn't need resetting. But I'll tell you what, I'll turn it off. And I will turn it back on again. Just in case.
Effectively a hotspot.
Yeah, that's right. Because I did want to establish as well, it does support wired backhaul, but I want to know which port you can use for wired backhaul. Ideally, I'd like to use the 2.5 gig one. Select connection type, dynamic IP, yeah, blah blah blah. Use the blah blah blah. Smart Connect, yes. Right, let's change the name of the Wi-Fi just so I can work out what it is. Let's call that MUB test.
Come on, Maeve, stop.
And the password, I wonder if it'll let me do that. 0001111. Next. Yes. Testing the internet connection. This may take a few seconds. Excellent. Maisie, what are you doing? Hello?
Oh, you made her jump.
I didn't. Come here. Go and have a sit down on your box. Wayne says you can use any port, not WLAN. Yeah, that is the problem. I want to use the WLAN so I can have a 2.5 gig going in and 2.5 gig going out. But it is what it is. It's fine. It'll be fine. Right, it's doing a connection test apparently. Keep your router updated. Turn on auto updates. Yes. When do you want to update? 3 to 5. Yeah, that's fine. Success. So yeah, network name MUB test. Password 000000111. Next. Okay. So that has worked apparently. It's just rebooting itself. And is that connected now? Oh my goodness, this is hard work. Wi-Fi settings, come on. Hello. McFly. Right, so still showing that one. We've got MUB test, so let's connect to that one. And 0001111. Join. There, and let's forget our old connection. So I don't want to accidentally joining that one. So that's it. Excellent. We're on MUB test. So if I now go to speed test, this will be open tab. Oh, my brain. Speed test. Google search speed test. Right, run speed test. So currently getting 400 megabits download and around like 50, 60, it's going up, climbing. So 70 upload, which seems slow. That doesn't seem as fast as it could be. So let's test that again, unless that's still setting up. No, it seems to be capped at 400. So let's see what happens with my Android device. Oh, come on, 8 times a day. Maybe you're too close to it. There is that possibility, and potentially because that one is still on, excuse me, the old. Yeah, actually, I wonder if that is doing that. Someone will have a look in the instructions to see which way round I have to do the WPS for connections. There should be a manual here somewhere, but I'm sure you clever people will work it out before I do. Because the manual... Ah, there we go. There we go. There's a special book there saying Easy Mesh Setup Guide. It's folding out a little bit too much. I should just read this to start with. So, to set up the router as a controller via Ethernet cable, yeah, done that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Set up as an agent. Right, so press the WPS button on the controller and then press the WPS button on the agent within 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the one we've set up. So we'll do the WPS button. So yeah, I did it the other way around before, which might not have worked because it didn't have the internet connection. So that's on, so let that flash a little bit. And then we'll do WPS on there. That's flashing. See what happens. You never know. Now, to be fair, when I have this set up, I will be using wired backhaul anyway, but it would be nice to be able to work out how this works, just so I can get it straight in my head, because obviously I've got to do a review of this thing, so the teething problems now are brilliant, because it means then when I come to the video, I can be a little bit more confident in what I'm actually saying. BP says need device to be BP3600 TP-Link or B5000 Xiaomi or QD BE3600. There's actually about 30 different devices or more which currently support the Easy Mesh setup. If you just Google Easy Mesh, actually I could do it here, couldn't I? It's probably on my my search history actually.
But they're asking for advice.
Oh, who's asking for advice?
Well, BP just read it out.
Oh right, okay. Need advice. Oh, which one to get? Personally, I'd get whichever one is probably going to be the cheapest or suits all of your features. The Cuddy one, or Cuddy, whoever they are, I found that to be more expensive, and I was a little bit dubious because I've not really heard of them before, whereas TP-Link I've heard of. The Xiaomi is probably a good shout, although depending where you get it, just make sure you get the one which has got the global firmware rather than the Chinese one. Ah. Right, all the lights have gone out. Ah, the red light's just gone. Oh, the red light is flashing on there, so that means it hasn't got internet, I guess. Let's see what we're seeing now. Actually, let's do a test again. Yeah, it seems to be stuck at 400 megabits per second, which is roughly half of what I should get. Let's make sure I've got that cable fully in. Yeah, same. So 400. Unless Virgin Media have done something with my speed again. That's what I was going to do. I'm getting flummoxed now. It's easily done. Right, so... Oh, that seems to have worked. So now if I look at my Wi-Fi availability, it just says MUB test. So that has already synchronized with that. That was it. I just had to do it in the right order. Excellent.
BP.
I'm quite impressed. That was much easier doing it that way. So, yes. The unit which is doing the WPS has to be connected to the internet. So that seems to be the problem. And also you have to press the WPS button on that one first, and then do it on the device you wish to connect to it, which I guess in hindsight actually does make a lot of sense. So yeah, that does work. Now let's see what speeds I get. This is a Android phone. This is... actually, I don't even know what they call this thing. The Pixel 9, is it? No, what's the latest Pixel? It's one of those. Let's do speed test by Ukala, whoever they are. Yes, accept, whatever. Speed test is better with the app. Well, I'm sure it would be, but no. Go. Let's see what speed we get. Yes, allow while visiting the site. So now I'm getting actually less. Oh no, it's climbing. It's in the 300s. I've probably got way too many routers next to it now, haven't I? And too close.
While you're waiting?
BP. While I'm waiting. Hang on, I'm not waiting. Is it good for gaming? Small house and 1 floor. I would have thought so. I honestly don't know. It's literally just the first time I've used it, so I'm not too sure. Let me do my test again in a minute. I'll get a bit further away, just in case that is a problem, which it could be. Ah, yeah, that seems better. Still seems to be topping out at about 400 megabits per second. So 4 something. I would show you this, but it's actually got my IP address on there, so I don't really want that. That's shame. Test again. Yeah, if I put my hand there. Yeah, I think it must be our internet. It's only getting like 300, and then it was going to 400 just now. So there's definitely something not quite right there at the moment. But it could be because I've still got my other internet mesh connected and still in use. So let me connect and streaming. That probably doesn't help, yeah. So let's... Oh, actually, that is on my old network. So that was on the existing one in the house. So let me connect to the main one now, or this new one. God, my eyes. Connect. Right, mub test. Obtaining... Yeah, I thought that seemed slower, but it was on the other network, so that makes absolute sense. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to just turn that one off because there's no point having two routers right next to each other pumping out the same signal. We've established that it works, so that's fine. So,
the gentleman, bad boy, read it. I can't do anything, can I?
Let's test again. Gentleman bad boy, ask Kath to speed test as she has the old one. She is on the wired network as well. Oh wow, you can't really see that at the moment, but that is significantly better. So currently, is it going to do the upstream? No, seems to be doing the download. So download speed, I will cover up that information there. So download speed is now 758.67 megabytes. So previously we were getting 440 or something, and now we're getting 758. So I would class that as a significant win.
In fact, we can play Virgin Media and have it downgraded a bit.
Yeah, we'll get the system downgraded now. We don't need it to be as fast. Right, map test. So let's try that now, and I will try the speed test on here again. Yeah, for some reason, the speed test on here is working differently. So let's try that. I do find that sometimes actually that the Google speed test doesn't work the same.
But you find that with the weather, don't you? You look on a different phone, even if they're both iPhones. I can look at my phone, I can look at Angel's phone, and the weather is totally different. Yeah, there. So now I'm doing it from the Ocado one, or whatever it is. As you can see, oh, balls. So yeah, 830 megabyte. Yeah, 830. So now I'll disconnect from there. And then I will connect to our normal home Wi-Fi. It's going to ask me for the password. I can't even remember what the password is. It's been so long. And Ookla, whatever it's called, is different on app versus the PC test as well. Alexa's phone showing 0 because I don't have one. I respect you so much for not having one.
Brilliant. Right, test again. So now, no trickery going on. I just switched over to the other network. So this is back on our existing network we've got at home. So yeah, 300 and change. So well, say 350 to be fair. It's 340. So we've gone from 340 to almost 900, and that's pretty impressive. I'm quite pleased with that. I was dreading that it was going to be worse, because then I'll just get grief from the family. So I'm going to chalk that up as a win. Happy days. And that was super easy to mesh them as well. I like that. Right, I will do some more in-depth testing at some point.
And you'll have me nagging if it's not working properly.
Arnold G says we had a buffer. Yep, it's pushing it. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Yes, I am pleased. That is a good thing. Right, let's.
What speed was that, please?
What speed was that? Well, the incoming signal to the house is 1 gig. It's normally about 900 though, 900 megabits. I'm going to run the speed. There's a speed test app, isn't there? That records your things. Yeah, records your data. I'm going to, let's do that, just run it again. This is iPhone 16 Plus.
Good point, Greg. Thing is, you have no obstructions between you and the new router, unlike the old router.
Well, the old router is literally above my head. It's up there.
Got a wardrobe in the middle.
There is a wardrobe above it as well.
And Angel's floordrobe.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If I go,
in the wardrobe,
I'll go into the kitchen a minute, and I'll do it from there. This only takes a couple of seconds, so I'll go into the kitchen. So I'm currently about 10 foot away, I would guess, and we'll do a test again. Oh, I'm on the wrong bloody network now, aren't I? I'm on my old network. So actually on the old network, in the kitchen next to the fridge, I'm getting roughly 80 to 90 megabits per second, which is awful. So that is on the old network. And let's change that over to the MUB test. And that should be connecting now. Yep, that's connected. So let's now go and walk back into the kitchen and test again.
So you can hear how far I am.
Oh my god. There's no way that's right. That's flying. That's impressive. Okay, so arguably that is 10 times faster. Almost. That's insane.
But then you're still not that far away from it, are you?
Yeah, but there's literally a monitor in the way, so that is a metal screen and electrics and an RF field. And I'm literally stood by a metal thing. So I'll try the other end of the kitchen.
I'll try upstairs in Angel's bedroom, that's a fair.
I'm not walking all the way up there. I'll go up the stairs. Right, I'm currently upstairs now. And there has been a bit of a drop off, to be fair. Hello, George.
Hello.
There you see him upstairs. And there we go. Back down the stairs. And we're back in the room. And yeah, there was a drop off, but nowhere near as bad. 600 megabit per second. You can see that, hopefully you can. So, regardless of what anyone says, I'm happy. This, as far as I'm concerned, has been money well spent. Phil Bridges says, when properly set up, you should see 900 on Wi-Fi 5 AC. I have tried that before, and I've never found them to be anywhere near their theoretical speeds at home. Knacker now. Tough Enough says, Unreal Tournament voice, impressive. So, yeah. Happy days. I'm not too sure. The thing is with the iPhone as well, you don't know for sure if it's using MLO. There's no actual way on the iPhone itself of working out if you're connecting via MLO. You have to do that from inside the router itself. So that is something which we can definitely take a look at. But I'll be honest with you, I've been hesitating and umming and ahhing about this for such a long time. And I'm actually genuinely glad that I've done this now. This is a great solution for us here. It's going to improve, fingers crossed, it's going to improve the internet.
If kidney tubules can release. It
might even get to the point where we don't need to have the third router. We might be able to just get with one at the back and one at the front, depending what the overlap is. I'm going to have to do some work on that, but it would be great if I could reduce it down to 2. At this price, like, it's not the end of the world. 60, 70 pounds for a router when they're at that price, I don't think is an excessive spend. Some people might do. Kath's like, that is approximately 50 bags of potatoes. No, 40 bags of potatoes. But anyway, if the thing is, we use Wi-Fi pretty much all day long.
100 bags if you get them gone off.
All of us, George, me, Kath, Angel, etc. We all use it. Even Dave the cat uses Wi-Fi from time to time. Heat-wise,
yeah. Come on then.
It's not very hot at all. And I do like the fact that you can plug in a USB to it as well. So for George in his room, he can plug in like a flash drive into the top there. I'll show you what you could do quite easily. So if you get yourself like a reasonable sized little flash drive like this, you can just leave it plugged in the back, and you can use that to connect on. You can even map it to your computer if you wanted to. So you can just store things on it, then if you're going out, you just unplug it, take it with you. So that's pretty handy. And the fact that if we've got like 2 or 3 of these routers, like on our router, the main one at the front of the house, I can put on important things that I need on there. I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you could do. And for George, he can save some of his like game saves or whatever he's doing. It's quite a handy thing just to be able to share that as well. So it's only 5 gigabit per second, so it's not going to be like rapid speeds. You're looking at what? Probably maximum of about 500 megabytes per second, although most flash drives only do about 100 anyway if you're lucky, maybe 150. So depends what it is you're going to be putting on it, but yeah, I think that's going to be pretty handy. It doesn't look overly offensive. I think it looks quite sleek, quite slick, and if you have it mounted on the wall, better still. And I'm sure somewhere in one of the cupboards in this house somewhere, there's another TP-Link, an older one. I really wonder if I could get the Easy Mesh to work on it with an update. It might do.
What, those cube ones?
No. Yeah, I've still got those.
You sold those to somebody.
The Zycel ones we've still got, I think.
Is that those ones like a diffuser?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, built-in VPN as well. So yeah, it's got some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, built-in VPN server, built-in VPN client, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7 MLO. Did I say 2.5 gig Ethernet? I probably did. Cheap, pretty easy to set up, looks nice. What more can you want? It was cheaper, yeah. It's router, not router. Yeah, a router is what you use to carve out bits of wood. A router is what routes your internet traffic.
He's bad enough as it is. He does his Z's and stuff.
Right, I've got to try and remember which one goes in which box now. That is... it doesn't actually say. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. Actually, arguably, because they're both on the same network now, it doesn't really matter which one I plug in where. So that's freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. So BE23 versus RLG, they're both the same thing. So the BE3600 and the BE230, I'm pretty sure, I did look into this a little bit, and I'm pretty sure, or reasonably sure, that the difference between the two models is something to do with like a legal thing. So one of the models was called something somewhere else, and there was a certain country which already called a router with the same name or a different name. So yeah, basically they had to change it. Did anyone see how I got that out of there? Not that it matters. Anyway. What more could we want? Oh yeah, the lottery numbers for Tuesday. That'd be good.
Has he logged on a different account?
Bob's on another account now.
I'm going to say hi to him anyway.
Matthew Day says yes. David says Matthew Day, yes, one of those Ugreen USB SSD enclosures. Yeah, that would be pretty decent, wouldn't it? Stick one of those in there as well. Oh, it comes with a nice flat USB. Comes with a nice flat Ethernet cable as well.
Taylor.
I'm pretty pleased. I'll be honest. I've a lot of times recently I've bought stuff and it's been not entirely great. Ah, there's a sticker for your Wi-Fi there.
Phil Bridges paid $69 for both on Prime Day.
Excellent. How are you finding yours, Phil? You got the same ones, yeah? Tell us your thoughts. Be honest. Not that you wouldn't be anyway, but please do.
Man of many words.
Who's that? Me?
No, Phil.
Phil. Yep. Sorry,
Our son.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, Phil.
Hey Dave. Hey Otis.
So yeah, I'm really pleased. So next up, for those of you who really want to fall asleep, we're going to take a look at my new Keychron keycaps.
Phil's answer.
What did Phil say?
Blown away.
Blown away.
Used to do this.
Use this for a living. Excellent. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, the thing is, you see a lot of videos online, and obviously there's a certain stigma attached to YouTubers, which I totally understand, because there are a lot of YouTubers out there which are shills, basically, and taking one for the team, so to speak. And it's often really difficult to know who to actually trust. And it's something which I do struggle with internally in my own mind, thinking about things which, like, how I can do a review which doesn't sound like I'm being jerked off, and also at the same time doesn't make it feel like you're being jerked off. Because, like, was it Marcellus Wallace? Nobody likes to be jerked off by anyone other than Mrs. Marcellus Wallace. I think that's right. There seems to be a lot less packaging and paperwork in that one. Oh well. Doesn't matter. It's going to be. It'll end up in the loft anyway.
Why can't they just go in the bin?
Why can't they go in the bin?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, when I come to sell it to Nick Barnes, I won't have anything to send it in.
Got all that packaging on the table.
Yeah. Nick, is it alright if I chuck all this packaging now? Has he answered? He's gone to sleep. I don't blame him. Oh man, it's getting so hot in here.
Oh, it's freezing when you're sat by the window.
Right, is that drink cool down enough for me to actually partake? Sorry, yeah, exactly, yeah. I know what it's like. I know the deal. Also, Andy Archer, thank you very much for sending over the Wi-Fi 7 adapter and basically starting all this off. I think actually this was a while back. I was sent a Wi-Fi 7 router system by MSI, which was pretty cool. And it had a lot of nice features. What's the matter?
If that's what it is, if their names have changed because YouTube must have done something midstream.
YouTube's done something midstream?
You know when their names went all funny
Oh
before?
yeah.
He
Yeah.
must have done that, and that's why old Bob's came up different looking.
Ah, I see.
When because he changed accounts.
Yeah, so, yeah, looks like YouTube's showing the usernames again.
But must have done it midstream this time.
BP says, Mike, do you know Asus AX4500? Yeah, I think I have seen that one. Come on, Dave. What are you doing?
Maisie or Cougar's down here on my lap.
I did actually want to get an Asus router because I've got an Asus motherboard, Asus keyboard, Asus mouse over there, and I would really like an Asus router as well, just because.
Majority gap.
Just because there's something desperately wrong with me. We connected back up. Yeah. Let's see. I want to see what my. I'm going to do the speed test again.
Yeah, YouTube's been blocking my messages all damn night. Now your name back.
That's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. So back on the old network now. Yeah, 370 to 400 megabytes per second on the Wi-Fi, which isn't awful. Obviously, it's still extremely usable, but not exactly what I was looking for. Let's have a look. I don't often use my my Android phone. I do like it actually.
Who's Acronoid off
Nice.
the
That's Andy Archer.
Ah. How can you tell? Because of the picture.
No, because I remember him being that. BP, I would say, personally, at the moment, the way things are looking, I would say get the BP2030. 230. Because that looks impressive. I'll be honest with you.
And
Phil says, fine tune it, you'll be amazed. There you go. Bob says YouTube is spying on Mike's stream because he's talking about Wi-Fi 7 routers. This is true. Yeah, it's weird how the names are up there bizarrely like that, aren't they? So let's have a look at the YouTube poll. How's that thinking? So Wi-Fi 7 devices at the moment, 24% people have got them. 62% haven't. 2% getting one soon, and 12% not interested. So I think the general consensus is that people don't have Wi-Fi 7 devices, but they are becoming very, very common. Like, I'm pretty sure. Well, the iPhone definitely has Wi-Fi 7, and this is a year-old one. Well, it's that double internet, isn't it? So it's got the 2.4 and 5 combined, so you don't get the dropouts, and you can get combined extra speed. That's the benefit,
but
really.
If it's fast enough, why do you need it faster?
You don't necessarily need it faster, but you need it more reliable, don't you? Consistent.
Not really.
You do, because you're the one. She's the first one moaning about it. I can't believe this. You're just making up shit. She's out in that garden, fucking
I hardly ever take my phone outside.
smashing the phone to pieces. Why is this fucking thing not fucking working?
That's you.
Launch it on the floor, break in all the screen protectors.
That's you with your drill.
Yeah.
Lane, did you just shut my cupboard door?
David Andrew says most don't have Wi-Fi 6 devices yet. The thing is, Wi-Fi 6 has been on motherboards for absolutely donkeys. So if you've got like a B550 motherboard or newer, you've already got Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E most likely anyway. A lot of motherboards now, pretty much Wi-Fi 7 is included out of the box. So if you're buying a new PC in the foreseeable, you are going to have Wi-Fi 7. Or at least it's very likely you will. But yeah, internet connectivity here in this house for some reason has always been somewhat problematic. But hopefully that is the end of it.
Was it the ones that Nick Barnes bought off us? They were good.
They were, but they stopped supporting them. Which was an absolute...
What problems has Nick Barnes had with that?
Don't think he's had any problems at all.
But he's got smooth internet now, still.
Yeah, but I worry. I worry about security. Anyway, let's move on to a happier subject. So finally, after what seems like months of waiting, finally Keychron have got their JM227 keycap set back in stock. So soon as this came in, I had a notification set actually on their site. As soon as it came in, I wanted notifying. Now for some of you this is going to be like a really first world thing. Stupid, really. I've got the Keychron K10 Pro, and I love this keyboard. I really do love this keyboard. It's a great keyboard to use. It looks nice, it feels nice, but at the time when I ordered it, they didn't have the shine through cap version available, because you can actually buy this actually a little cheaper if you get it with the shine through caps. But sadly, at the time, those weren't available. So I've just gone with the standard PBT double shot keycaps, which in the daytime, this thing is freaking awesome. It's a lush keyboard. I absolutely love it. The Keychron launcher software, so you can just go to the web page, Keychron launcher, configure all your devices if you want to. Don't have to install software. I love that. You've got all the hotkeys. Again, you can press the function key and I think it's B to work out the battery life, etc., which I think actually works on this one. I've never actually tried it, so let's try that. I think I left this on. Oh no, I didn't. So function and B. Yes, that works on there as well. And hey, it's fully charged and this has been in the box for a little while.
In the loft?
No.
Ready for Nick Barnes.
Look at that. I love that. I only found that out today, and that's just one of the coolest things. But anyway, as you can probably tell, with this keyboard, when it gets dark, I cannot see the keycaps. And my eyesight isn't the best, and even with glasses, it doesn't improve things. So, I wanted the shine through keycaps, because I want to use this as my daily driver. One of the awkward problems of the K10 Pro is that the LEDs on the PCB are on the bottom. So what they call south facing. Most keyboards, especially the cheaper ones, all have north facing LEDs. So you can use kind of any keycap at all and it will illuminate it quite nicely. But if you put a north face keycap on a south facing board, it doesn't light it up. So it's no real benefit, or it looks very dim. So I went off, hunted around for south facing keycaps. I've ordered like 4 or 5 sets from different places. None of them have been any good. They've all said they do it, but the reality is they were rubbish. So I waited. Because you've got American ones. I got American ones once as well. That pissed me off immensely. It's like, I ordered it and it said specifically ISO, but my fault, I didn't read it. It didn't say UK ISO. So there is an ISO layout for various different countries around the world, such as, I think it's Greece, Spain, possibly France, some others. Basically, there's an ISO layout, which is different from the UK and no, the American. I think they call that the ANSI layout. Whatever it is, someone's going to let me know in the chat. I'm hoping. I will keep an eye on that. So anyway, extremely long story short, this is the JM227. So this, in theory, is the perfect replacement for the K10 Pro's key switches. Key caps, and also they're in a slightly grayer colour. These ones are almost like a bluey grey. These are more of a grey. If that makes any sense. ANSI, yes, I thought that was what it is. Yes, ANSI. Thank you.
Nick Barnes, he's wanting a discount on those.
Nick Barnes is trying to get a discount on the routers, yeah. By answering questions. So what we have here is some lush keycaps. So that's your main deck there, and also the secondary set there. You've got all the additional keys, etc., etc.
Yeah, I prefer black keys.
So for this, I would have actually preferred black keys, I think, realistically. And I forgot to get my keycap puller out. So I'm just going to do a couple of keys on here just to see what it looks like, and hopefully.
Oh, the fuss he made because they put the enter key in the wrong layer.
Oh man, right. This is something which I really hated. So the second, when this came through, you can see there's a bit of a dent in the box. It's a bit mashed up on the back there. So
you can see it
this is actually bad for Keychron, because the enter key is one that they don't normally do, because obviously it's for any other country. So there is a cutout there where the enter key could go, but it's not the right size. So they basically squished it in like that and then stuck that on the top with elastic bands. And when I got it, almost all of these keys were jumbled up in the right mess, and I was like, please, please don't be broken. I've waited like 2 weeks for this to arrive. Please don't be broken, because
And it's so well packaged. Apart from that,
it was really
the
well
rest of
packaged.
it, the outside packaging was brilliant.
Yeah, it was really well wrapped. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting.
Get an email from Mike if that makes sense. It's because they're in the wrong order now.
Yeah, yeah. Any emails which don't make sense, it's because the keys are in the wrong way. It should be fine.
Are they red or brown switches, or did you also replace the switches?
I think if I remember rightly, these are the new brown Keychron Pros. Yeah, yeah. These are. Yeah, I think they're Keychron Pro switches. I'm not sure, but yeah, they're not Cherry MX brown. I like Cherry MX brown. I would use Cherry MX brown, but I don't know. I do like the newer versions of them. The MX2 is quite nice. It's quite smooth.
Nick Brown's likes the older.
Which ones do you like, Nick?
You should be buying that.
Yeah. Yeah. Which ones did you want?
You like the newer ones. He likes the little older ones. Hey, Candy.
Someone said there, maybe it's a silly question. I like silly questions. If I put an installation folder of a game on a USB stick and put it into the disc controller, can I play the game? You can install the game, but you can't play the game directly from the folder. So, yeah, if you have if you actually get the installation, well, actually it depends on the game. Some games, some Steam games, if you grab the Steam apps folder and drag it to another PC, and you've got Steam on there, you possibly can import it. But generally, you have to run the installation to make it work properly, because otherwise all the associated files won't be there. More so for modern games. Older games, you could just drag and drop them wherever and they were fine. But for yeah, newer stuff, that ain't going to work. Right, where's my bloody F-row? It's not on my head. I haven't got an F-row. I'm not an Afro-Caribbean. Calf like that. She found that amusing. Right, I think I'm going to put these back in the box where they come from.
You've got to go in here, Candy, this end.
Ooh,
that shows your
suits you, sir. Right, get your questions in the chat. Let's answer some questions while I'm doing this. These actually feel a bit nicer, actually. They feel a bit more grippy. The key switches were £32, I believe. For those of you that are wondering, which I did actually kind of feel a little bit sick buying. It's like, well, I've already spent a load of money on the bloody keyboard.
Got the electricity to power it.
And I've put that on around the wrong way. It's the cat with one eye again.
She's got two at the front.
Just checking they are shine through.
Operation Shadow Tower removed and put a bit higher.
Do a Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder. That's a great film.
That's a new cat. This is Candy. The last one was Otis.
There must be a quicker way of doing this. But it's an expensive keyboard and I don't want to damage
Where
it.
is Tampa? Florida.
Tampa's Florida.
Even I knew that. I'm getting good at geography.
Tampa Bay. I quite like Tampa Bay. Sounds great. I actually do like Florida in general.
I'm a bit scared of the cops.
I'm not keen on the animals and the wildlife, but the
Humidity as well.
the people sound great. Tampa sounds like a fantastic place to go. These keycaps actually feel a lot lighter as well, which they do sound a bit different. We'll have the keys in seconds. Yeah, hopefully. Lead Farmer says people were great 20 years ago.
I'm not going to say hi to anyone now because the names have changed and I will be just repeating myself and I don't know who's who.
Yeah, Kath's not saying hello because your names have all changed for some bizarre reason.
Not to be rude.
Greg says, like I mentioned in the video comments, mechanical keyboards are a money pit. You buy different switches, then keycaps, and then repeat the process over and over again. I'm lucky. I'm in a fortunate position where we do get sent keyboards for testing purposes and obviously for the kindness of viewers, etc.
Pass on to Nick Barnes.
To pass on to Nick Barnes, obviously.
I don't know if he's done that for does he?
Yeah, he has, yeah. Scott says, Mike, you come to Wisconsin. I can say it. There's a lot of people that can't say that. So Wisconsin is that near Pennsylvania? I think it is. I'm pretty sure Wisconsin is either in Pennsylvania or near Pennsylvania.
By Wyoming, isn't it?
I'm not sure. It might be. Someone's going to say in the chat now. Alessa says, I left Florida in 2001. I'll never go back. You're not allowed to go back. The restraining orders prohibit that.
It's not ugly Bob. He used to say that, didn't he?
Near Chicago, west of PA. PA. What's PA? No, Wisconsin is north central US. Oh, is it? I always assumed it was near there. Shows what I know. My geography sucks. I know Texas.
Is that Panama?
North of Chicago. Is it? Wisconsin? In that case, I'm not sure if I'd like that, because north of Chicago, that's going to be cold, isn't it? Because Chicago's quite cold at times. David Under says, big tip, don't use a leaf blower to clean keyboards. It took me hours to find all the keycaps. Rasher's got family in Wisconsin. Oh, PA is Pennsylvania. Okay.
So you're right.
Yeah, I was right then, wasn't I? West of PA.
That's probably me being wrong with why.
I'm confused then. So, is Pennsylvania near Wisconsin? PA is Pennsylvania. Wisconsin is a state. It's where you find Milwaukee. Okay.
Where's Wyoming?
Where's Wyoming? Kath wants to know.
I'm using you like AI now.
Fighting cats. I need more keys. What keys do I need?
North.
I just realised there's a key that I don't have. That's upsetting. Oh, what? I might be missing a keycap. That is going to be catastrophic.
Under the sky.
Ah, of course. I should have known that. Sinister Chef. Oh no, sorry. David Lewis says I have family in Washington State. We've got, I think Rick H is in Washington State, if I remember rightly. If you don't mind me saying that. I'm pretty sure he says it in most videos anyway, so. Hopefully not. Right, this is a keyboard. This is.
Where's the warm areas?
Warm is like Texas and stuff like that.
But like
Arizona.
Really, like Midwest.
No, well, mid and south.
Mid what? Mid anything. Mid.
Yeah, just like from halfway down.
So Wyoming is Midwest. Would that be warm?
Yeah, I think so.
Wyoming is larger than the UK. Most places are.
Yeah, UK's tiny.
But it's probably less populated.
It probably sucks less as well.
Sorry?
It probably sucks less.
By far. It'd be absolutely awful if it sucked less.
Oh, this is horrible. Wish I never started this. This is a job for you, Kath. You should be doing this. Right, I'm going to light it up and see what it looks like. See if it does actually shine through. See if it doesn't, I am going to cry.
Rick H. I too live in Washington State.
Yes, thank you, Rick. I thought you did.
But you're speaking to Sinister Chef.
Right, that does shine through, but not very well. Let's turn the light out. David, stop it.
DJ.
Actually, I tell a lie. Let's go to the overhead. And I think you can see which ones are the ones. Oh, I bet the zoom isn't turned on, is it, for the OBS bot? Oh, you shithead.
God, I'm filling the remote.
My microphone's peaking again, I think. 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Why has my microphone suddenly got louder?
Wyoming has under 1 million people. That sounds cool, doesn't it?
There we go.
Bigger than the UK with less than 1 million people.
That's pretty neat, isn't it? Right, so I'm not sure if you can tell from there. I did hear it. So the shine through, obviously, you can see those on the top row, the ones I've already done. Those ones there are the ones that I haven't done. You can see, you find a queue. I know where that one goes.
Nick Barnes' son is in Bentonville, 2 years minimum.
Is that a bad thing? That sounds like a bad thing.
HO is in Canada.
There. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the difference there, can't you? On the queue.
No.
So the queue is obviously clearly lit up, whereas the others aren't.
I'm way delayed.
Yeah, you can definitely see it is shining through. Although the font's very small. But
The queue.
yeah. That is a Q in it, or is that a spyglass?
What are you talking?
On the keyboard, the Q, letter Q.
Next to the W.
Yeah.
I can't see. Oh, you haven't changed it. That was why.
you're
So behind.
you're catching up.
Let me speed it up. Do it on 2 times to try and catch up, but it just reverts
2
back.
times.
Oh,
Do, 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 do.
Is that a spyglass?
It looks like a
I
spyglass.
think of it as one now. It does. Fred likes it.
Yeah. You can see the difference, can't you, straight away? Like, I can see it more, obviously, because I'm here. But, yeah. Trying to see the keys when it's darker at night is an absolute pain in the ass. The only thing I would suggest, really, I would have loved to seen us...
Allowing us to have the lights on.
is to have the lights on, yeah. No, it would be to have a slightly larger font, because the font is a little bit on the small side. But for someone like Aletta's like crazy as fuck. She uses keys which are blacked out. They've got no caps on, no like legend on them at all.
But then so did George when he was about 7. You tell him to type something and then you looked at the keyboard and they'd all worn off.
I honestly don't get it.
But you could just touch type, couldn't you, really fast?
Viali says yes, letters are in the wrong places. Well, they're not necessarily, they're, because it's south-facing LEDs. You have to have the letters at the bottom, because if you have the letters at the top, there's no LED for it to shine through.
And that's kind of annoying because you keep your fingers on
Because
the
you
keys
see,
at the bottom,
you see
don't
now
you?
the LED is like at the bottom rather than being at the top.
So the ones that you've got in there, if you turned them upside down, that would shine through.
No, because they're not shine through at all.
No. How much for the keyboard?
The keyboard was some ridiculous amount. I'm not going to say exactly how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 figures. It might have been less than that. I don't think it was. I think it was 3. I think it was just... Actually, saying that, there was a discount on it at the time. I'm not sure. You'd have to have a look on the Keychron UK website, or I'll have a look at it, or Kafkan, I don't care.
Mike wants this talk about high-end PC upgrade for a local PC gamer.
That was the chap earlier who was in the chat, Jordan. So he's got cerebral palsy, so he's got some difficulties with the fine motor skills, I'm assuming. I'm guessing what that is, and he was a little bit concerned about building a PC because he spent a bunch of money on it, and he's got like a 5090 and all kinds of crazy shit. So he wants somebody to put it together for him, or to help him putting it together. So I may well end up going to his house early next week and either just giving them a hand. I don't know whether I'll be able to get any footage of it. I'm guessing probably not, but we'll see. The thing is, he actually, from what I can gather, he actually does game reviews. That's his job. Whether he writes them or makes videos on them, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, hopefully we can do something which is beneficial. Oh God, why do they put the keys in stupid places, like the extra keys that I need? Where's the one with the pipe? What is the key with the pipe on it called?
What is it? Where is it roughly?
What's that?
The key with the pipe.
It's next to the one. Because I don't seem to have another one.
Sort of like
Ah, there it is.
Bracket.
Nah, it's that one there, the one. It's the pipe and a dot on it.
Oh, and then that's just the glue. Pipe.
No, I'm sure they call it a pipe. When you're doing programming, you type it in as a pipe, I'm sure of it.
Tilde.
Oi, pack it in, buttheads.
Hey, Poppy.
Right, that goes somewhere over
Show
here.
your face tonight. We've shown all 6 of you. You bots.
There's a lot of keys in here which you don't actually need for some reason. Like, they give you a load of extra keys. There's also the Mac keys as well. So if you're using this with the Apple Mac, which you can do, they put all those on there as well. Yeah, this is, I'm pretty pleased. Is the bracket keycap upside down? Yes, well done.
Far Cry 7 has been delayed to 2026, Fred says.
Oh, what? Thanks, viewers. Keeping me sane in the world of insanity. Right, let's do all those in one go.
This is pipe. I need to put it in for you.
Oh, that's pipe, is it? So what's the other one? The bracket with the L bit on the end.
It just makes a pipe upside down like that.
Weird people. Trying to get high.
And if it was a pipe, wouldn't it be the other way round with the sticky up bit, the small bit that you put stuff in on that end?
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
But then the pipe is on that button as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That long key. Didn't ever looked at that key before.
You've never looked at that key before?
No.
Have you not?
No.
I've looked at it so many times because of like trying to buy keycaps and them not be right. Right, I better not take off too many more because I'll get completely
Was
confused.
it the pipe that Colonel Green used in the library?
Yeah.
With his polo neck jumper. Did they have polo neck jumpers, or was that just because of the shape of the pieces they used?
I'm not sure. Mike is chuffed, says Rick. Yeah, I am. I'll be actually finally able to use this keyboard without cussing.
You'll find something, don't worry.
I've found something already.
Go on.
Well,
Let us know.
it's a very common thing with all keyboards because you've got the multiple things in there. So like the dollar sign and the pound sign, those are pretty much not illuminated. I don't think they even can be. Let's see.
Because they're above the line.
Yeah, let me get a torch on here. So on the 7 key, for example, it's got the and, or the at, or and. No, actually. Right, let me see if I can get this on the camera so you can see it. So hopefully that is coming through. So you can see there, normally most keyboards only light up the 7 and not the extra function. So that is cool.
Isn't that because the light isn't in there?
Well, yeah, technically there isn't a light in there, but it will have a little bit of illumination going around it. Now let's see, quite often what they'll do with UK keyboards is they will do the hash and the 3, but they won't do the pound, the proper pound. And they have actually done it. The 3 is also shine through as well. As the 3, the pound sign, and the pound sign, or hash, as it's otherwise known.
I thought that was number of.
That's hashtag, innit?
I know, but I thought you did a hashtag for like 3 of these.
So they are actually shine through, which is good. You'd expect so, because they're not cheap, but and I like the fact they're all a relatively uniform colour. But apparently they're discontinuing this keycap set. This is why it's been so hard to get hold of it, because I can't imagine it being very cost effective for them to actually make, because like how many keyboards do they sell in the UK where people actually want the UK layout? I'm guessing that is going to be a very minimal amount. The new one doesn't say backspace on it. Right, I want a refund.
Was it blank?
It's just got the arrow. That's pretty cool though.
Oh, mine's only got an arrow, like a thing like that.
Yeah.
Like a box with like an arrow. There's a cross in the middle of it.
So I'll have another bucket full of keycaps now that I won't know what to do with.
That you put on top of the wood burner or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I'll leave on top of the wood burner and they can get wrecked.
And then I light it and not know, and then they go mental.
I must have been using this. There's a little bit of gravy on that one.
Oh, pisto.
Oh no, it's not. That's chocolate.
Or a cat.
Right. Scott says, Mike, it's not too cold here. My wife let me sleep with the window cracked open unless it's frozen closed. Oh. David Anderson says hash key equals octothorpe.
Oh dear, stop moving my mouse.
What's an octothorpe? You've got me there. I've never heard of that before in my life. Marmite. No, it's way too sweet for Marmite. Might have been a nose drip. Oh, I'm a bit gutted that the tab key also just says tab. That's a bit boring.
My tab key just has back and forth arrow.
David says that's... sorry, John David Summers says that's what it's called. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I've never heard of that before.
Pipe thing?
What, sorry?
What's that octo thing called? What is it?
The hashtag... The hash key.
Not the pipe.
Right, so I've done Q's, I've done those, so... Enter key. I've always wondered, how the hell are you supposed to get the enter key out?
Rasher.
I think I just pulled the key switch out then. Oh, no, I didn't. Rasher. Me and my other half aren't allowed to play with chainsaws anymore. Brilliant. We're getting somewhere now. Cooking with gas. We're not really. Insert. Where's insert? That's got to be there. I wish I never started this now. This is one of those jobs which is like, it really is one of those labours of love. Labour. Christ, I can't speak. A labour of love. Right, so which one goes first? Insert. Then home in the middle. And then we have page up. Where's page up? Oh, don't tell me I ain't got a page up. It's got to be in here. Page up. It's getting word then. Hey?
You've not got an A key?
No, it's just tiny. Why is the page up key so small?
What's it meant to be like?
It's maybe bigger than that.
What is it?
There's page down.
They're the same size as every other key on the keyboard, aren't they?
Ah, there we go. There's page up. No, they've got two lots, two sizes. Because they're supposed to be the same level. Oh. I'm guessing this is because it also does the 75% keyboard as well, I think. This is giving me... I am actually going to be traumatised by this, I swear. I hope I'm not traumatising any of you viewers.
You'll end up like me.
You'll end up like Kath. It's all downhill from there.
Just keep collecting cats.
Yep. You'll be a crazy cat lady before you know it. Even if you're a crazy cat lady already, oh, it's just going to get worse. Right, that's smaller. So what's... Oh, what have I done now? End. Right, where's the end key? There's an end key.
Do you know where it goes, or you look?
There's an end key. No, there's like 2 different sizes of the keys, which is like super frustrating. Oh.
More frustrating. Font was too small and you couldn't see it without your magnifying glass.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Viali says, my wife has an old mechanical keyboard by TechNet. I got it as a review sample, still works perfectly. Yeah, TechNet stuff's, some of it's alright actually. I've had some TechNet stuff before, I think. Hang on, what have we got another page down key there? God's sakes. Oh, this is frustrating. Right, what time is it? Oh, we're heading up to closing time anyway, so hopefully I'll get this done in time. I probably won't. And I should actually put those in order because I'll never get them in the right way. Actually, have I got the PlayStation keys? Yes, I have. Mike, have you got the PlayStation keys? No, it's just the way these trousers hang. That's what the answer is, the default answer.
Best one was when they asked if you had 3.5 inch. No, 3.5 mil nuts.
Someone actually did that in the shop. Have you got any 3.5 inch nuts? No, it was just the way these trousers hang.
3.5 mil?
3.5 mil nuts, yeah, that's right. Oh, that's better. I have caps which actually shine through. I don't know if I can begin to explain how great that is. I'm getting peed off with this now. It's too many to do. Right, I think we'll call it a day now because it's yeah, it's just ridiculous, isn't it? You don't have to watch me do this, and I shouldn't be doing this. And I think the questions have pretty much dried up. Vianney says I used to have a review account with TechNet. I never got anything that was bad. Well, that's awesome.
And who's that for Vianney? Amazing. It's because they didn't do MSI stuff.
Jordan says, when my partner gets her PC, my current PC, she will need a mouse and keyboard. Any good but reasonably priced suggestions? Keyboards and mice are very, very, very much a personal decision. I quite like Keychron keyboards just for the flexibility. The mouse is pretty good as well. I'm using the M3. I think it's the M3 Pro. No, just the standard M3. So that is wireless, Bluetooth, wireless, 2.4 gigahertz, and also wired. You can use it, but it depends really what sort of thing you want. The Asus ones, what's the Asus one? The ROG Strix Impact and the Scope keyboards. I like those. So if you're into Asus, or you've got Asus motherboard and you want to synchronize all the lighting together, those are good choices. It's a really difficult one. I also like the MSI ones. MSI GK71, the Strike 600. That's just been reduced down to $59.99. So if you like MSI stuff, that's pretty good as well. But yeah, there's loads. David Underhill says, yeah, cheap MSI keyboards and mice. MSI keyboards and mice, almost all the ones I've reviewed recently have dropped massively in price. The TKL GK600 is just dropped down to £66, I think it is. The one I reviewed, I think, at the beginning of the week or beginning of last week, whenever it was, that was supposed to be £179 and it's already been seen for £120.
Nick Barnes asked, is that one as expensive as that other one that you just mentioned?
This one?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how much this is at the moment. I'm going to have a look. Okay. Keychron K10 Pro. I think the standard K10 is a pretty good choice. Well, actually, no, the K10, that's gone down in price. So the K10 Pro at the moment on Keychron's website is actually, we'll go over to the Stream Desktop. So,
what a Keychron mice like?
I quite like it. It's got a nice shape to it. It's not the lightest, but it feels decent. Oh, piss off with your cookies. Yeah, got it, whatever. So that's the Russian layout. Don't want a Russian one. So if you want the ISO version, K10 Pro, where are we? There's absolutely hundreds to choose from. So yeah, I thought it was about that price. So yeah, 124. So yeah, if you want it, that's the one I wanted, the hot swappable with ABS keycaps. But that's the only one they've got at the moment in the UK ISO layout. If you get the American layout, you can get about 30-40 quid cheaper. But yeah, I do like the K10 Pro. It's pretty decent. Again, if you go for something a little bit more standard, actually the Lemo Key P1, that's a Hall effect keyboard. That's quite nice. A bit expensive though. But yeah, you can choose on their site. So you've got the 100%, 96, 80, 60, 65, 70, etc. So it depends what you want. If you like a 75% keyboard, there's a good few choices there, although most of them are sold out. Yeah, 80 odd quid for the K3 Ultra Slim. So that's like the one I've got on the desk now. But yeah, there's lots of options. In terms of mice, I kind of like that shape, like the M3 or M3 Mini. They do a metal skeleton version as well, which is actually pretty cool. I do like the look of that, but that is rather expensive. Comes with a cool dongle as well. Yeah, the M3 is pretty good. They're normally about 50, 60 quid. If you go with the 4K, is it? Oh, one of them. I think that might have gone up in price actually. Yeah, 55, that sounds better. So yeah, that's pretty nice. A multi-mode wireless as well, so you can have 2 dongles. But yeah, it depends really what sort of thing it is you're after. There's so many different keyboards and mice. I personally always try and go for 100% wherever possible. Like this one here, the K3 Max, because it's just for the stream, it's not really that important. It still takes me a little while to get used to it though, from going from a full size to a small keyboard. When I start trying to type things into the chat, it goes all over the place. So I'm not used to the keys being as tightly spaced. I personally don't think you can beat a decent full size keyboard personally, but that is why there's so many keyboards on the market, because everybody has a different need or want or preference. So yeah, kind of is what it is.
Talking about your fingers,
Where
where are the 2 Jameses? I haven't seen them for ages.
No, James Miscellaneous and James Brock. Yeah, that's a good question actually. Where the hell's my number lock key? Ah, num clear. There we go. Viali says I only use wired. I generally, even if I use these on my main desktop, I would always plug them in wired. It's nice that they've got the flexibility to work as wireless, but yeah, I personally prefer wired. I don't like faffing around with seeing if your keyboard's got enough charge in it, but I do like that. Oh no, wrong key. I do like I can press that and just go, yeah, it's fully charged. That's so sweet.
Right, you lot hungry?
Ah dear. Right, I think that's going to wrap things up. Unless there's any last minute questions, I think that is going to be pretty much it. Hopefully you've enjoyed tonight's stream. If you have enjoyed it, potentially you might consider leaving a like on the video. That would be very appreciated. Thanks to everybody who has contributed tonight, much appreciated, and also for those who have helped out with the technical stuff. That's really helpful. Some of these terminologies, again, I don't profess to be an expert. I'm just a regular guy who's had a little bit of experience trying to muddle my way through tech and taking some of you on the journey, and some of you appreciate it, so we like that a lot. Yeah, I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. Thanks for all the chat contributions, memberships, etc, etc. You're all fantastic. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Don't forget, if you want to help out the channel in any way, you can do shopping via Amazon. You can also get premium CD keys. You can also buy things from Keychron, discount codes, and just by sharing the videos and leaving a comment is extremely helpful as well. So fantastic stuff. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday with a new video. There was something else I've really got to say and I can't think of what it is, and it's driving me slightly mad. What are you saying?
Have you done any buttons?
I've done the buttons, yeah, I've done that.
Don't
Anyway,
you?
thanks for watching. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now. Say bye, Kath.
Bye.
Did that